Okay, let's put this up a little bit. Let's do that. My crooked camera. Okay, that looks straight. All right. All right, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you may be. Welcome to the Hal Sparks After Show with Trucker John. I just thought I'd repeat the title. It's 11:10 on this January 27th, 57 degrees already. We're going to have a high of 65. It's a warm February, which is nice but scary all at the same time, because if we're having a warm winter, I can only imagine what our summer is going to be like. But anyhow, thanks for being here. We got Sehal, who was the first in the warehouse. And Jolie's here. Thank you, Jolie, for being here. There's Chris. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you. Thanks for joining me. My mud flappers, as Sehal likes that one. My truckies, fifth wheels, trucklers was my favorite. Hitchhikers is one of my favorites. My hitchhikers. The list goes on and on. Lots of great little names we came up with on yesterday. Hey, there's Jack on yesterday. Hey, Jackie. Jackie's here. Jackie's in the warehouse. I've been calling the chat room the warehouse. Someone said chicken coop. In the chicken coop, would be a like a way station. We don't really hang out at the way station. We might hang out at a warehouse because there might be big enough for all 8 of us that are watching. But whatever it is, Jackie's here, as is Seha. Good morning. This is my second cup of coffee. I rarely have 2 cups, but today I thought, well, what the hell. Since I had breakfast earlier while I was watching Hal Sparks, along with y'all. I suppose y'all were. Hey, there's Gen X George. Hi, everyone. And Trucker John. Well, hello to you. Hopefully we'll get some people coming on in here as we go through the morning. So anyhow, yeah, it's a beautiful day though here in Las Vegas. I haven't even been outside, but I am looking out the window. And I do hear somebody upstairs. Apartment life, you gotta love it. I don't think anyone really lives there. I don't know if they're doing work up there. But I can hear someone walking around. Oh. But I'm just glad I'm here. Hey, there's Billy Kid 73, formerly known as Bill Deacon, I believe, right? I remember that little icon. Billy Kid says, howdy, everyone. Howdy back at you. Gen X George says it's beautiful here, too. Gen X George, where are you from? I forget now. I mean, I know. So if you're hesitant to say where you're from, if you're on the witness protection program, okay, I get it. You don't have to say, but just a general region, maybe. So I know where the beautiful weather is. Let's see. We got Seha. Did you hear about the truckload of dildos that jackknifed on I-35 a couple years back? Oklahoma girls got excited. I did not. I may have actually, but the old noggin here. Kind of forgets a lot of shit. Oh yeah, that's right. Gen X George, that's right. Now I remember. I should probably just remember it by, I should associate Gen X George with St. George. I'm not saying you live in St. George, but St. George, there's a St. George, Utah. So if I should, one of my ways, it's kind of like, cameraman, blah, 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 So I can't even, Trump is way smarter than me because I can't even remember his stupid test. Anyhow, so when I see Gen X George, I should immediately associate that with St. George, and then St. George is Utah. And that way I don't have to ask you every time, where are you from? But anyhow, Smutah up there is a beautiful place. Beautiful state. I love Utah. I love the scenery and everything, the mountains and all that natural beauty. And like I said, I was hoping maybe Utah maybe we won't, like we said, the Mormon Church has such a, a hold, such a grip on the politics. But I don't know, maybe there's a crack in the door, with all the new IT people that have been moving in. That's just a pipe dream, apparently, of mine. Let's see, we got 56 Nick Rich is in the warehouse as I hit the like too. Well, thank you so much. We got 17 watching, it looks like, and 14 thumbs up. So we got a couple of is it slackers or laggers? I don't know, but whatever it is, let's get that thumbs up. And let's see here now. We got who we got in here? Gen X George. It's all pink hearts, John. All right, awesome. Hey, there's James McNair's in the warehouse. Ask Hal if he smashed the drunk heckler at Flappers last night. I watched the show. I came home last night from Ubering. And I, put on YouTube on my TV. And I saw already the show was posted already. And I was like, wow, fuck. That was quick. Because I really wasn't expecting it to come on maybe till tomorrow or something. Or today, I guess, would be today. Which actually was last night. Because it was after midnight. But anyway, you know what I mean. And so I stayed up and watched the whole thing. It was like, 2 hours or something? The one they posted on YouTube. And I thought it was great. It was one of the best ones. Even the opening, the two, what do you call it, opener and a middle, I think. Is that how they do it? And even the MC was funny. They were all funny. A lot of times you watch those shows, maybe it's because they used to do it on Wednesdays, and maybe they didn't get as good as comics and stuff, or not that they were bad, but I think they were really the ones before on the Wednesday shows, the warm up folks, or the opener in the middle, I think were really new, kind of really 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 super new and still learning. So last night the two comics that came on before Hal. I'm just saying it's opener and middle. I'm just sort of, I think that's the terminology. They were actually pretty good. Actually pretty funny, I thought. Both of them were. And then Hal, I think, that's the funniest I've seen Hal, because usually he's really just, he says he's improvising it, but it seemed like it was a little bit more, I don't want to say polished, because, like I said, he is improvising it, and he's still, like, just working stuff out. But it was pretty good. It was pretty funny. So it's on YouTube. If you guys want to check him out, I guess it's on his channel about the mud flappers. Oh, say hi. I call it mud flappers. About flappers last night. It was really, 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 really good. Really funny. Gen X George, the Wasatch Mountains are right in my backyard, basically. That must be a beautiful view. Philly 3000. Hey, John. Well, hey, back at you, Philly 3000. Thanks for being here. Make sure you hit the thumbs up for me. I always say that. It's probably pretty crass of me. It's the first thing out of my mouth is hit the thumbs up. Or maybe it's the second thing. The first thing was hi. At least I had the courtesy to say hi before I asked you to give me a thumbs up, at least if you're gonna do that, buy me dinner first. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Philly 3000, awesome. Awesome to see you in the warehouse. I'm calling it the warehouse. For some odd reason. I'm not really sure why. Robert Perez is here. Top of the morning to you, Jugga Drum. Well, top of the morning right back at you. And I'm not even going to say anything about the thumbs up right now, because I'm feeling a little crass. But hit the thumbs up anyhow. Let's see. We got Philly 3000 says, I'm a Hal Sparks member. Awesome. And I'm a Hal Sparks. I'm not sure if I'm a member. Oh, I do. Yeah, I do subscribe to Hal Sparks. I've been subscribing to him, or a member. I've been a member. It's like I pay like $10 a month. I've been doing that for a couple of years now. And the reason I did that, because I don't have a lot of money to spend on these memberships and subscriptions. But do you remember when Spotify had a contract or whatever with Joe Rogan, and it was like $50 gazillion bazillion or something like that, And that's when I said, "Fuck Spotify." I'm not because I had a what do you call it, premium account or whatever with Spotify, which was like I think $10 a month. So yeah, I said, you know what? I'm gonna cancel those motherfuckers, and I'm gonna put that money over to Hal Sparks because I like Hal Sparks. I think he's a better dude than Joe Rogan. So that's what I did, and I think that was been a couple of years ago. So yeah, I'm a member too. Let's see, where are we at now? Tony TB? Hey, Tony Tampa Bay sweep, or whatever, the Green Bay sweep. Hey, Tony TB, thanks for being here. I always say Tony Tampa Bay because I just, I have no idea if you're from Tampa Bay. You may have told me where you're from, but quite frankly, I don't remember. But Gen X George, I'm going to remember where he's from now because I'm associating George with St. George, and St. George is in Smootah. But Tony TB, I don't know if you're from Tampa Bay, but whenever I see TB, I think Tampa Bay. So either that or tuberculosis. I don't know which. But hey, Tony TB slept in today, but here for the after show. Well, there you go. See? If anyone was saying, Trucker John, you don't need to do this. This is pretty fucking stupid. Well, there you go. There's right there. Tony TB says at least there's a show for him to go to. And that's what I'm here for you to have something to do. Chris says, I haven't watched the whole thing. Fast forwarded to Hal. Well, if you only have so much time, let's say your time restricted or whatever, that's probably the good thing to do. Just go fast forward to Hal. But the two warm-ups, I guess I'll call them warm-ups, were actually pretty good. And I don't mean to keep bashing the other ones, but these two warm-up comics or whatever they're called were actually pretty good. And so if you have time, you might want to go back and just check them out if you want. Let's see here now. Where's I at in the chat? I'm trying to get to the chat here. You know me, I'm always 10 or 15 minutes behind in the chat because I tend to get a little wordy every now and then. And next thing you know, the chat's like way up there and they're going, Trucker John, you're really slow. You're really slow this morning. What's going on with you? And I'm like, well, I'm a slow reader. Sorry, it's that third grade education coming in at me. Let's see. 20 TB says, hi, Jolie. Oh, yeah, and I try to skip over the highs because I'm always behind. Philly 3000 says, I'd like show so much I gave you 2 thumbs ups. Well, there you go. That is a sign of really liking someone when you give them 2 thumbs up. When you get a double thumb up, woof. Yeah, all I'm saying is maybe use a little lube next time. No, we got thumbs ups galore here from Jolie and 56 Nick Rich to remind everyone of all colors. Give me a thumbs up. Philly 3000 says, I saw his name on your channel. That's the only reason why I came in the first place. Well, thank you so much for taking my little bait. Some people think that I shouldn't do that. That I'm a bad person or wrong, or I'm infringing on some sort of copyright or something, which is total horseshit. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad it worked because now look, you're in the warehouse and you're chit-chatting and you're having fun. We're just hanging out. We might just do this for an hour, maybe 2 hours. And then we go on about our separate ways. And now you're in the club here. You're in the warehouse. And hopefully you hit the notification button. And maybe if enough people hit the notification button so that when I come on, maybe I won't have to resort to those things. Although I don't mind putting Hal Sparks in my title. Because if there's one person I'm going to put in my title of my live streams, I'm proud to have Hal Sparks in my title. Let's just put it that way. Tony TB still not from Tampa Bay, Florida. I know, because every time you come on, I say that. And you're probably like, Jesus, John, I'm from fucking Pittsburgh or whatever. Sorry, Tony TB. I apologize. But if you're going to be from Florida, Tampa Bay might not be too bad, maybe. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've never been to Tampa Bay, actually. I've only been to, like, Orlando area. That's probably as far south as I've been in Florida, I think. That area. Let me see here now. Let me go back up here in the chat because I'm slow. Gen X George says, plan on watching Flapper Show with my girlfriend tonight. Cheap date. Well, there you go. And as cheap dates go, it should be a good time. 56 Nick Rich says, some of us have a bit of extra time to hang out with interweb buddies. There you go. On the interwebs and the inner tubes. Human F Being. Hey, Human F Being. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming by. Trucker John, care to make any bets on how long it takes DT to defame E.G. and Carol? I think he probably already has. We may have passed that window. But you know, and if he hasn't, I'm really surprised. I mean, maybe it's finally, you know, sinking in that he's going to get financially ruined if he keeps, you know, yapping. But just like that stupid scorpion and the snake story, or the frog, or whatever that story is, the guy can't fucking help himself. So at some point, he's going to do it. Probably tonight. I think he's in town in a rally. I should find out where he's at. I should go over there and be a heckler. And get kicked out, you know. Get that guy out of here. Get that. I'll wear this shirt, my Trucker John shirt. No, it's not. It's my Trucker Strong. I wish I had a Trucker John shirt. And they'll go, get that guy with the Trucker shirt out. Get him out. Get him out. That would be pretty awesome. I should do that. I should find out where he's going, where he's at tonight, and see if I can get in there. Because I think he's in town, in Vegas. I think he's here today. Let's see here. But it'll probably be tonight, at tonight's rally, if he hasn't already. Tony TB says, oh man, the maggots have been wrecked since yesterday. Had a couple troll our Tony Michael's Facebook group. Yeah, they are just besides themselves. And really, I think with each of these lawsuits and each of these losses, and he's going to keep losing, I think his little base, I think it's going to keep shrinking. I really do. I mean, he's always going to have that kind of core base of just fucking hard heads, right? Numbskulls. But I think they're, you know, being shaved away. Gen X says about 3 seconds. Oh, yeah, that was for the thing. Yeah, defaming. Tony TV says, hi, George. Oh, I'm not trying to, I'm trying to skip the highs because, like I said, I'm already way behind. Hey, Benny Loco's here. She says, Benny Loco says, clickbait sucks, John. I know, Benny Loco is one of my biggest detractors, I guess, on this. But, you know, hey, we're all entitled to our opinions. It doesn't make you bad. It makes you look a little desperate. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I respectfully disagree. I think it makes me just look pretty goddamn smart. No, I don't know what. You know, I'm my attitude from the beginning, because I knew it was going to cause some. You know, some people would be maybe not offended, but they would just think it's, you know, kind of. I keep forgetting the term. I know there's a term for it. It's not star fucking, but it's kind of like that. You know, where you just, you know, use someone else's fame to try to get clicks or whatever. And I knew people would make comments about that. So I just said from the get-go, I'm shameless. I'm going to be shameless about this. Because I want to get people in here and I want to have fun. And we're having a great time for the most part, you know. Even I've had a little bit of trolleys in here, and even they're fun, you know. Even the trolls that come in here are pretty cool, you know. And I'm not calling Benny Loco a troll. There are other people that come in, that have come in. And so I'm having a good time, you know, and that's really what it's all about. If I wasn't having a good time doing this, I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? I don't have to do this, and you guys certainly don't have to be here. And I appreciate you being here, and I love that you guys are here. And like I said, I'm having a good time, and we'll see how long it lasts, I guess. 56 says, trucklers, mudflaps, hitchers. They're all, you guys are, those are all great names. I love all of them. And one of them will stick at some point. I'm not sure. Like I said, I like trucklers. But I know a lot of you liked like mudflappers and fifth wheelers and truckies. And we had a lot of great names. One of those is going to land one of these days. Hey, there's Chris says, Trucker John, I noticed you in chats and found out you had your own channel, so I stumbled into the warehouse. Well, thank you, Chris. Yeah, watch your step, though, because you don't want to trip. Make sure you're wearing your PPE in the warehouse, you know. Steel-toed boots is probably appropriate. Non-slip footwear, things of this nature. I'm skipping over the highs and the buys because I'm already 12 minutes behind. I'm predicting. Tony TB says I'm SoCal, but I'd be anywhere near. Wait, but I'd be anywhere near WDW. What's WDW? I'm so stupid. I should probably know that. Oh, is that Walt Disney World? Oh, okay. Because I saw a mouse, and I guess it was a mouse. So you're in SoCal. Okay, so SoCal. What's TB in SoCal? Anyhow, I can't spend too much time. So there's some more highs. I'm glad you guys are all saying hi to each other, but I'm going to sort of skip through that because I am so far behind. Gen X George, enjoyed seeing you on HBO. Bitty Loco, dude, you plan on being a regular there? And by the way, yeah, HBL, that's another great channel with Diane and I forget the little nicknames, but that's a good channel. Say How says, holy crap, we are in trouble. It's Benny Loco. Benny Loco says, crashing a drum rally requires balls. Well, I'm your man. I'd crash it. I would do it. I'll find. You know what? Challenge accepted, Benny Loco. I'm going to find out where that motherfucker is today and see if I can get in there. So there, challenge accepted. And I will see if I can either live stream it or video it and post it. All right, man. Let's do this. Let's do this. If anybody knows where he's at and can, if anyone has information where he is speaking today, I will do that. Hey, there's Jolie. Jolie saying, we love the type of people that Hal has in his community. Such good people. So glad to have you all here. I think it's less clickbait and more the sort of people that John would like to attract. Just trying to get the sparklers in here. But like I always say, this is we're diverse and it's an open forum, open topics, open to anybody, not just sparklers. But yeah, and I was just thinking, sometimes you feel like when even if Hal goes like 3 or 4 hours, sometimes you're like, I want more. I'm the more. I guess. I don't know. Gen X George says, I love trolls. They're just funny to me. Sometimes they're funny to me. They can be funny as long as it doesn't get hateful. You know what I mean? Like really super hateful. Then I don't mind them. 56 lumpers. My lumpers. You guys could be my lumpers. Yeah. If that's what you want to be, Want to be a lumper. Gen X George, my girlfriend has great mud flaps. There you go. Philly 3000, how about Trucker's Delight? Okay, yeah. Gen X says, film it, John. Yeah, I will film it or live stream it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to try to get over there. I don't know where he's at. Someplace here. We'll see. And get a real... we'll see if it's going to be like, 50 people. Is it going to be 5,000 people? It's going to be huge. It's the hugest crowd ever in Las Vegas. Benny Logan says, talk is cheap, John. Go get them. I'd join you if I could. If O could. That little bit of an Irish thing. If O could. No, I know. Typos. But Benny, get in your Benny Mobile, and it's only, about a 3-hour drive from there. There's the link for HBL Radio Nation by Jolie put that in there. Thank you so much. Chris says, hell yeah, let's do this, Trucker John. Trump's too much of a pussy-ass bitch. I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to pussyfoot around. Pussyfooting around! To step foot in my neck of the woods. Yeah, he is. Tim Jones. Hey, Tim. TB is Thunder Bay, Ontario. There you go, Tim. There you go. Thanks for being here, by the way. I don't know if I've seen you in here before. I appreciate you coming by. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button for me. What are we up to now? We're up to 1,327 or 8 subs. Let's get to 1,500 by maybe, I don't know, Friday? Is Friday a good goal? I don't know. Let's get to 1,500. That'd be awesome. Tim Jones, are you Canadian? Are you up there in Thunder Bay? Ontario. But thanks for being here. Benny Logo says, if that orange beast comes to Palm Springs, I'll be there with whistles. Oh yeah, whistles and cowbells and you know, just don't go to the Little Dick Park. I've heard it's not that impressive. So, but yeah, do it to it. He might go down there. There might be some big Republican money down there in Palm Desert, you know, at the golf clubs. Someone's walking upstairs. I can hear him. Pisces Greeter says, hi, Trucker John. Oh, there's Pisces Greeter. Thank you so much for being here. Always good to see you here in the warehouse. Philly 3000, better wear a catcher's mask. Laughing out loud. Are they going to throw stuff at me? Okay, if I do go there, let's just say by chance I'm able to get there and get in. Now, if I start saying shit like, I don't know, lock him up, you know, or whatever, I might get tossed out pretty quick. So should I be sort of strategic, you know, and try to lay low in there for a bit, you know, for a half an hour or 45 minutes, or should I just right from the get-go, you know, like hit him with, like, and what should I say? Should I say like, lock him up, or should I say, like, what should I say? Should I say, you're a loser, or you stink, literally, you stink. I don't know. I'll probably just wing it if I do get in there. I have no idea. I've never gone to one of those. I'm not sure how it all works. Hey, there's Elizabeth. All right, Elizabeth. Thanks for being here. Good to see. Always good to see Elizabeth in the chat in the warehouse. I'm trying to get caught up here, guys. Did I skip anybody? Jackie's here. There's Jackie and Elizabeth and Chris. Everybody's saying hi. Philly 3000. TK, do I know you from another channel? Laughing out loud. I guess that's a joke. Apparently, Philly 3000 does know TK. But we're saying hi. A bunch of hellos. I'm just, not that those aren't nice and important, but I'm just skipping through them because I'm very behind in this chat. Billy Kid 73 says, oh, that's another hi. Okay. Jen Extra says, you passed 1,300, John. That's amazing. That was your goal the other day. Yes, it was my goal. And it was I'm very, very, very happy you guys are. It's all because of you guys, man. Liking and sharing and all that stuff. It gets the word out. And we hit that goal by the end of the show. I was saying, like, let's get the goal by the end of the day. When I clicked off the show and I looked at the subs, it was exactly at 1,300. And I was like, oh my God, you guys are awesome. So thank you so much. Tony TB says, where? The warehouse. I'm just saying, like, I'm just sort of calling the chat the warehouse. So I don't know. I'm trying to do like sort of like trucker related stuff, I guess. I could say the truck stop, hey everybody, welcome to the truck stop. Welcome to the TA. Maybe something will land. Something will stick eventually. Benny Loco says, you made it under the wire of people I'll subscribe to, John. Just made it under the wire. I know I'm right there at Benny's tolerance level, and the whole Hal Sparks thing is really, really, that's almost got me unsubbed probably, but I'm hanging in there. Philly 3000 says, okay, so you're following me around, laughing out loud, talking to TK, I believe. And Bendigo says, say, why did you rape your daughter? Oh my God. That would definitely get me something thrown in my face, probably. Billy Kid says, call him a PAB. Hey, you yes. I don't know. Chris says, I think the L word would hit him the hardest. Loser. Yeah. And I would do the thing like he does. You're like, loser. What if I just said like, vote blue no matter who? There's all kinds of things that you can say in there and really probably get fucked up. I better practice karate. Real quick. A little quick karate practice. Let's see here. Elizabeth says, play Ooh, That Smell. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, somehow I should replace that Lee Greenwood song and put in like, ooh, that smell. Don't you smell that smell? Ooh, it's Trump. Boop, 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 boop. Where was I at now? Oh, Benny Loco says, ask him if he's the daddy of his grandchildren. Well, yikes. Benny Loco just going for the throat. 56 Nick Rich says, Benny Loco, my subscription list is massive. Everyone here that I can find, and on Hal's and your channel too. Well, there you go, Nick. That's how you do it. JX George says, just be careful if you go, John. Them Trumpers are unpredictable, my friend. That's true, I guess. I don't know. I think they're all a bunch of pussy-ass bitches, maybe. No, maybe not. Who knows? But I guess if you get enough pussy-ass bitches on you, could be dangerous. Tony TB, not from Tampa Bay, by the way, says, loser lost his company. Loser lost $86 million. Loser lost his election. Loser's going to lose again. Yep, I believe that. Benny Loco says 56, and I appreciate you all without clickbait. All right, Benny Loco. All righty then. I get you, man. I hear you loud and clear. Elizabeth says, truck stop is great. Oh, there's... See, yeah, I was saying, yeah, welcome to the truck stop. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I kind of like that one, too. Warehouse. I guess warehouse is kind of generic, Truck stop is a little more specific to, Trucker John. Jolie says, same, but there's so many. Benny Loco says, Wizzy Buff, those kids are his and his daughters. I'm certain of it. Wow, Benny Loco is certain. 100% certain. Elizabeth says, probably, Benny Loco. And Chris says that Trucker John and Benny Loco says what the fuck she means and means what the fuck she says. I respect that. That's true. No doubt about that. Benny Loco says, because he is Wizzy Buff. So who is Wizzy Buff, by the way? Is it... It's one of these people in here. Is it... I don't know. I'm not sure who Wizzy Buff is. It's either Elizabeth or, I don't know, Chris or whatever. I don't know. But anyhow, I don't know. I'm not caught up on that because I didn't see an actual Wizzy Buff. Anyhow, Benny Loco. Oh, I read that. Billy Kid says, two pump Trump. Elizabeth says, wear a Trump is a loser t-shirt. Well, if I had one, I would. I guess I could go run out and have one made. Benny Loco says, appreciate that, Chris. Honesty is a dying trait. Honesty is a dying trait. You know what they say? Honesty is the best policy. It almost rhymes. They have that E sound at the end. So there you go. Elizabeth says, ew. Benny Loco just, ew. Yeah, about the incest thing. Yeah, that's, ew. That is a big ew. Chris says, Benny Loco, I've been accused of being brutally honest myself. Benny Loco says, Chris, the truth isn't always pretty, but it's always the truth. That is true. that is true. Elizabeth is laughing. Laughing me? Are you laughing at yourself? Oh, or are you Wizzy Buff? Benny Loco says, you don't know who Wizzy Buff is. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I've been saying from the beginning, I'm very slow. Just give me a minute. Give me a couple minutes. I'll catch up. Philly 3000 says, yell out, I buy some secret documents, laughing out loud. Yeah, I'd be like, hey, I was in the shitter and I found these documents. Or something. Yeah, I should just bring some papers with me and it's like, hey, did anybody lose these top secret documents in the shitter? Human Up Being says, when I hear mud flaps, I think of Spinal Tap's Big Bottom. I think Truck Stop is better. Hey, Human Up Being, by the way, thanks for being here. I think you first time I've seen you in here today. Thanks for coming into the truck stop. Yeah, that might work. That might work. It's like Human Up Being is here at the truck stop. Gen X George says, me too, Human Up Being. That's why I said my girlfriend has great mud flaps. Oh, okay. That's why you said that. 56 says, on shitter or shitter? Is there really a difference? I mean, come on. Elizabeth says, it is I, Wizzy Buff. Alrighty then. Now I know. Okay? The secret is out. I know who Wizzy Buff is. Tony TB says, shitter. Just to answer 56 Nick Richards' question. Chris says, I like truck stop. All right. I do like that too. So welcome to the truck stop. Benny Loco says, hi human, I guess. I guess that's a hi emoji. And then kind of smiling. Human Up Being. Thanks for being here again. Human Up Being, hi Benny. Okay. And then Jolie says, I like truck stop too. All right. That could be a winner for just saying like where we're at. But the actual people that are here, like instead of like, you know, Hal has sparklers. I still like trucklers, you know, my trucklers, but yeah, I can see how people wouldn't like that one. But the truck stop is like the actual place that we're at, you know, virtually, I guess. It's like a virtual truck stop. And I have my cup of coffee. Do you guys have yours? If you go to a truck stop, you got to get some coffee. I guess I should start drinking out of my Pilot cup again because that's like a truck stop item. Anywho, let's see here. Gen X George says, if you're on the shitter, all day, or if you're on shitter all day is kind of different. Yeah, I got that. 56, you've caught up, John. Now you can go to a different topic. Oh, okay. 56, Nick Rich wants us to move on. Basically, that's his way of saying, move on, John. Let's move on. 20 TB says, the buck stops at the truck stop. Getting all whiny on me. Penny Logan says, can you park your Uber car at the truck stop? Can you haul freight? Uber spot. Well, at the TA here in Vegas, they do have Uber parking or rideshare. I guess it says rideshare. I don't know if it says Uber specifically because there is Lyft. So there's that. Yeah, I could park over there. Can you haul freight? I can, because they do have a delivery. I mean, if you want to call the human beings freight, but I don't think of human beings as freight. But you can haul their luggage when they go to the airport. I guess you could call that freight. You know, in a real, you know, sort of general sense, I guess. And also on Uber, and I did it at first, but I haven't done it in a while because I don't know, I kind of didn't like it. But they do have like a little delivery service where if someone wants, they can have you just deliver a package like across town. And one time someone gave me, I think it was weed to deliver to somebody else. And I was like, I don't know. I know, I guess it's all legal because weed is, they have dispensaries all over the fucking place. But I just didn't feel comfortable like being a mule for these guys. So I think I stopped after that. Because I can just click on the app. There's things that I can just click on and off of what I will do. That's one of the options. I could deliver packages for Uber. So yeah, I mean, if you want to call that freight. Something got deleted. I don't know what it was. Chris says, not the first time I've stumbled into a truck stop. There you go. Hedge Enemy. Hey, there's Hedge Enemy. Thanks for being here, Hedge. Truck stop. Oh, I get it. I'm getting better at reading emojis, I think. But thank you, Hedge Enemy, for being here, coming by, stopping by, as we just shoot the shit here at the truck stop. And that's what you do at the truck stop. I mean, you hit the showers, you get a meal, and it's not as much as it used to be. But there used to be like a counter, and there would be trucker areas, and the truckers would all just get in there and just shoot the shit. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're at the diner in the truck stop at the counter, and we're just shooting the shit, right? Benny Loco says truckers haul freight, Uber hauls meat suits and parcels. Yeah, okay. So parcels. But if you want to, if I want to call it freight, I'll call it freight. I don't know. I don't really even think of it that way. 56 says delivered. I guess smoke. I delivered smoke. But he'll go dabs ahoy. Hoy. Dabs ahoy hoy. Okay. Gen X says, it was me. I did a shitty joke. You sure did. Ben Loco says, I come from 3 generations of truckers. It's a body wrecking industry. I agree. I agree. I don't have. I mean, I only drove for slightly less than 20 years, and there's a lot of drivers that are driving 40, 50 years, man, maybe more, and those old dudes are really wrecked. So I'm kind of glad I got out when I did but I do feel like certain muscles atrophied. I feel like just being in the sitting position all the time that I kind of have I think I have arthritis in my hips or something. And I think it's just from sitting all the time. So yeah, it can wreck you. You get a lot of bad back issues and everything. So yeah, I agree with that. Gen X says the deleted was me. Oh, because you said, then you said something shitty joke. Okay. Well, thanks for fessing up, Gen X George. It takes a big person to fess up. Spicy Dragon. Hi, Trucker John. First time here. Oh, awesome, Spicy Dragon. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you hit the thumbs up for me. And like, subscribe, and share. We want to get to 1,500 subs by end of the week, which I guess would be Friday. I don't know. When is the end of the week? I'm just going to say Friday. Let's try to get to 1,500 by next Friday. And so if you've already subbed me, then a good way is just coming on here, talking, interacting, gets me in the algorithm. And if you could share the show, maybe someone else will come on in. So let's do it. Let's do this. But thanks for being here, Spicy Dragon. Awesome. Elizabeth says, cheers. Benny Loco says, there are very few truckers that are healthy or in shape. That's true. That is true. And I always admired, I did, every now and then you see a trucker out sort of jogging, or there's one guy who brought his own weight set. He would strap it down behind the cab of his truck, and then he would park, and he would take up a parking spot that another trucker could use. And he was out there lifting weights, but that's 1% of the truck drivers that you see that are actually doing that stuff, because it really does take a lot of discipline, because you're driving, and you get it's kind of like a mental strain, of just driving all day, because you're constantly taking in information as you're driving, subconsciously a lot of it. Because you're checking your mirrors, you're checking the lanes, you're checking down the road for anything. You're just constantly, taking in data. That's what it is. And so at the end of the day, you're just drained, man. You really are. So guys that can actually still maintain a healthy, reasonable diet, and that can get some sort of workout in, or walking or running, man, my tip of the hat to those guys, because that takes an extra bit of real discipline to do that. Gen X Source says, "Oh, there's a high. I'm skipping the highs. Not that I'm saying you shouldn't do that. I'm just saying I'm skipping it because then I get behind in the thing." So in the truck stop, 56 Nick Rich says, "My bro did it for 35 years. No hips and knees left in his final years." Oh man, I believe that. Spicy Dragon says, "Gen X George, hey, good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend." As we all hope that. Benny Loco says at 56 Nick Rich, exactly. Elizabeth says Freight Busters. Gen X says good to see you. Spicy Dragon says just subbed. Oh, thank you so much. Happy to get the word out about your channel. Thank you so much, Spicy Dragon. I appreciate that. So much. Benny Loco says, I have a 420 gift box to give away when I hit 4,200. Please, somebody take this gift off of my hands. Let's get Benny Loco to 4,200. Especially if you like to do the 420 stuff. But yeah, let's do this. There's some more highs. Hi. Gen X George, are you still driving trucks, John? I have not driven in about a year. I think it was January, I think. Probably about this time. I'm just giving it a couple of seconds, make sure I'm back. Anyhow, yeah, it's been about a year. I haven't driven. And I'm not really, in my CDL, I'm going to keep it, I'm going to keep it valid. Is that the word? I'm going to keep it, because it doesn't expire till I think 2027, in December of 2027. So I still have quite a bit on that. I'll keep my medical certification up to date, just in case. Like last, I guess it was yesterday, I got this email from some company. I forget the company, but they're saying, they always promise us you could make $2,000 to $3,000 a week, and you only have to be out for 3 weeks, and then you come home for hope time, and it's it actually got my attention for a couple minutes, because I was thinking maybe I should do that, go raise up some money, whatever. But then I'm like, I just don't want to do it. I don't know. I'm enjoying being home every night, sleeping in my own bed every night, and doing Uber is really, really kind of stress-free. It's nothing like truck driving. And so I guess I got to listen to that. I can't just look at the money, So, but who knows? Like I gotta say, I'll keep my CDL active, I guess, and just in case. Spicy Dragon says, I've never been in one of those trucks. Do the truck stops have gyms or anything like that? Well, some do, like TA, and then Petro, I think, because they were bought out by TA, or vice versa. They used to have little, some of them, not all of them, would have a gym, and it was basically, like some treadmills and some stationary bikes, and maybe like a weight machine. They might have a weight machine, but the majority of them really don't, I would say. But there is a small amount of them that do. It would be nice if they all did, but they don't. Benny Logan says, I would love for you to win it. 56 Nick Rich. Oh, yeah, there you go. Philly 3000 says, I'm 65 and still do roofing. Well, there you go. And that's not an easy job. Benny Logan says, roofing is brutal as well. Um, and there's Jolie dropped the link for Benny Loco's channel. If you haven't subbed, go there and sub, and then you might have a chance at getting this gift box of pot. I guess it is. Benny Loco says, "Is there a possible name change in the future? Uber John." I don't know. I don't think so, because I think it's like once a trucker, always a trucker. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Once a this, always a that. So I don't see why I would have to change it. 56 says 53,000. You still do peaks? Still have knees? Benny Loco says, thank you at Jolie. Philly 3000 says, I can still do flips, laughing out loud. Well, there you go. That's pretty cool. Gen X George says, I get it, John. Do what makes you happy, man. Yeah, I bet it, but you know, sometimes the lure of going back out, you know, just because if you could make, between a couple grand and $3 grand a week, would be, that would be nice, but I don't look forward to being out on the road, I don't know. But who knows? Maybe next year I'll change my mind. Maybe I'll do this for another year. I don't know. And then who knows? I'm still in the who knows state. I guess. Benny Loco says Johnny Uber. Johnny Uber. Gen X says Flying J has showers and stuff, but I don't think it has weight room. Oh yeah, they almost all have showers, like the major ones. Pilot and Loves and TA and then and other ones too. They usually have a shower system, showers that you can get. As far as like a gym or a weight room or anything like that, very, very rarely, but there are some. Benny Loco, Johnny does Uber. There you go. Gen X says, money is a necessity. Yeah, Benny Loco says, but hordes of money isn't. Hordes of money. I would like to have hordes of money. Elizabeth says, haulers or long haulers? Just brainstorming here. I don't know. You by differentiating that, are you talking about the difference between local runs and over the road? The difference between a dedicated route, let's say, and just going out over the road. There are different. There definitely are different. Getting a like if I had a local, I guess if I had a local run, or like let's say Albertsons or whatever, where you go to, I guess, their distribution center, and then you make runs to the stores, deliver to their stores, and you come back. Probably, I guess they would come back maybe every night or maybe every other night, depending on how far out their route is, and stuff like that. And a lot of those are kind of union jobs, I think. I'm not sure if Albertsons is, but I think there are grocery store jobs that are union jobs. So they're good paying jobs, and they have benefits and stuff like that. But I'm 63. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do it. And I did file for Social Security too, so I would have to undo all that or whatever. Come to think of it, now that I think about it. 56, don't spend your time in casinos, John, or money will always be a problem. I've lived here for 4 years. I've gambled, I think, almost never. I'm trying to think. I know I played some blackjack at a video blackjack machine for about 20 minutes. And that's all I can think of in 4 years. So yeah, Rich, I don't have to worry about that. Gen X says, I like haulers. Oh, okay. You're talking about like what to call you guys, haulers or long haulers. See, I told you I'm slow. I'm slow. It takes me a few minutes or a little hint. Okay, so Benny Logan says, there will be a stoner stream this evening at Loco Ranch. Be there or be square. Stoner stream. Spicy Dragon says, do truckers get paid the same for local and long distance? Is it by the mile, by the load, etc.? Well, yeah, it just depends on the company and how it's set up. Local, it could be hourly. It could be by the hour. It just depends. But usually when it's over like long distance, I just call that over the road. That's usually by the mile or by a percentage of the load. Could be like, so if that load paid, let's say, if you were a complete owner-operator and you were running under your own authority, then you get 100% of whatever the load paid, right? But if you were like, I was an independent contractor and I contracted with Schneider and I ran under their authority. So, and there was two options. You could either get paid by the mile or you could get paid by percentage of the load. I opted for percentage of the load because I think it paid better. And so I forget what the percentage was now of that load, each load, like 75% or something like that. So, it just depends. There's a lot of options. And some pay really well and some not so well. And it just depends on where you go, Elizabeth says, no, a name of your audience, Treasure on Treasure. I know, I know. Like I said, I'm really, really, really slow. 56 degrees. Trucker John is a smart guy for avoiding the addiction of gambling. I like to gamble. Like I said, I like playing blackjack. But since I've lived here, like I said, I think I played 20 minutes one time in the 4 years. And it's not because I'm like trying to stay out of the thing. I just don't have time really. Or I guess I do now. That last year I could have, but I've just been busy just trying to acclimate myself to being kind of like a civilian again. Because I really feel like, I was practically living in my truck for the last several years at least. And so it's like, I've been acclimating myself to just being kind of normal again and having normal hours and all that kind of stuff. I'm confident that I know how to say, like, let's say if I wanted to go out and play some blackjack tonight, I would probably, now in the old days, I used to just take like $40 because you could find low tables that were like $5 tables. And I could either, if it was a bad night, I could lose that money and I would just go, okay, that money's gone and I'm out. Or I might be playing well and I might be able to milk that $40 for 6 hours. And I might walk out ahead. I might be even. I might be a little down. I might double my money. I don't know, whatever. But whatever it is, if I were to do it nowadays, I would probably start off with at least 100, I guess, and say, well, let's say I had $100, so I'm going to go play blackjack. So I would just be like, okay, here's $100. I'm just going to consider that this money is gone. This is the money I'm investing tonight for my entertainment. This is $100, and that's it. I'm going to either lose it all, or I'm going to be about even, or maybe I'll double my money, or maybe I'll come out ahead somehow, and that's it. And I can do that because that's how I roll. Because I really only had one bad experience with gambling, and it was right after I got divorced. And I remember I was on this real fucking kind of self-destructive thing. And I went for a little while, I went on this sort of kind of drinking and really heavily and came up. And then one time I came up to Vegas just by myself, not even with friends or anything. I just drove up here from California, and fuck, I remember just being at this casino and I was just throwing money and then I was going to the ATM machines because I was just burning through this money, and the ATM machines, they were charging like $10 or more, I think, just to use the ATM machine. And I think for me, like if you're some big rich person, you probably think this is like nothing. But I mean, I think I ended up burning through about $4,000 in that night, which for me is a lot of money. Even then, it was. I mean, and this was like what 30 years ago or something. So, and I just burned through all that money, and I was just I was drunk. I think I got kicked out of a casino or something. I mean, it was a mess, and that was the only really time that I mean, I've been a drunk mess in casinos before, like when I was in my 20s, but I never just burned through a bunch of money, and I was never like just being careless and just throwing money down and being an idiot, you know. But I was just on this, you know, my head wasn't right? And so I did that one time. That was back in like 1991 or 2 or whatever it was, 92 probably. And that's the only really bad time I've had a thing where I did something really, really stupid, gambling. And, you know, so, but that was, you know, kind of a special circumstance where I was really, you know, I was really fucked up in the head about this divorce, I guess. So anyhow, there was that. Let me go back here in the chat. I guess you guys were chatting while I was talking. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Philly 3000. Does it depend on also on what you're delivering? Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're not like generally like just for like general freight or whatever. But I mean, there are specialized jobs. Like if you're doing wide load type jobs, heavy equipment, you're a flatbedder, like one of those step up beds and whatever. A lot of that is specialized, and those can make really good money. You know, I'm having a donut. I bought a donut last night from Pink Box. Spicy says, "Thank you. This is really interesting. This is something I'm not familiar with." Benedict says, "How do you feel about truckers for Trump, Tron?" I think they're dumbasses, just like anyone who's for Trump. 50 says, "What time is it?" Philly 3000 Spicy. Are you from TYT? Spicy Dragon says it was a long time ago. I have not been part of TYT for a long time. That's where I got the dragon name. Oh, okay. Philly 3000 says, I was there when you was there still. I guess at TYT. Beanie Logo stream will be at 6 Pacific time tonight. Spicy Dragon says, I was going to change it because I don't like TYT, but so many people know me by this name at this point. I used to be in the Wolf Pack. You guys know, if you know TYT, you know the Wolf Pack. That's what got me into TYT. This is like, I want to say, what, at least 10 years ago or something, right? Because the thing that drew me in was their stance on getting big money out of politics, and I agree with that. You know, but at some point I stopped listening to them. I haven't listened to them in years and years because, yeah, I think they said a lot of stupid shit about Hillary and stuff and Bernie and all this shit. And I think they were just turning off voters, and that's not really what you want to do. Bicycle Mike 42 says, I'm on drugs. Hey, Bicycle Mike. Thanks for being here. Glad to see you. Down there in the low desert, I guess, right? Flea 3000 says, like my ID name, I used to use it for PlayStation. I was helping people remember that? Benny Logo's like, I can't stay up till midnight. Bicycle Mike says, edibles are saving me. I'm just skipping down, trying to catch up. Jen Next Door says, my mother-in-law used to live in Windover. Oh, I know that is. And we used to go there I could easily be a gambling addict. I would get twitchy sitting at her house. Elizabeth, high rollers still brainstorming. Benny Logo says the house always wins. Yeah, these big fancy casinos weren't built on by people winning. Bicycle Mike said, I don't gamble. Well, with money. Phillies 3000 says, I was just wondering, have you ever been to Pawn Star? I have. It was actually quite a while ago, though. I think it was back around 2012. Because I was here with my family. It was before my dad died. Might have been 2011. My dad died in 2012. So it might have been 2011. Because my dad was still pretty... Maybe it was 2010. I don't know. My dad was still, you know... Might have been before he was sick or whatever. But yeah, we were here for a weekend or something. My brother and sister and their kids and then my kids and my dad and mom. We were all here. They did a little Vegas thing. And we went to the pawn shop thing. But I do pass by it almost every day when I'm doing my Ubering. It's right on the strip down close to downtown by Fremont Street. Spicy Dragon wants a donut now, I know. Sorry that I do that. Bicycle Mike says it's windy, 65 mile gust. Yeah, it can get windy. That's why they put a big wind farm around, down there. Jolie says that John... Is it Iodor? Is that an I? That's not an L, right? And I know who you're talking about. I've seen him. I should know how to say his name. Was the first political YouTube channel I started watching at Spicy Dragon. That's how Hal ended up in my feed. So glad Hal is so much better. And I haven't really listened to John in a while, but of all the TYTs, he does seem to be maybe the most kind of reasonable. But like I say, I mean, I think I did, full disclosure, I think I did see a small clip of him just not too long ago where I was watching it. But I just shut it off. I changed it. It was sort of like, you know how you do like channel surfing or whatever. But he might be, out of that whole TYT crew, he might be, you know, the most reasonable. Let's see. Elizabeth says, my folks owned a pawn shop after my dad retired from the police department. Well, that's cool. And Jolie dropped that link to help out the Trucker Drawing live stream. Buy me a coffee. Thank you, Jolie. Benny Logo says, TYT jumped the shark. Spicy Dragon said, that's also how she got to Hal. Richard Next George says, Bicycle Mike, I consider myself soberish because I don't do hard stuff anymore. Edibles keep me off other stuff. Elizabeth says, TYT equals tan your taint. Okay. Gen X George says, be safe, Bicycle Mike. Hey, Gulf Marine's in the house. Gulf Marine is in the truck stop. Welcome to the truck stop. What a show last night. My abs still ache. I disturbed the neighbors. Are you talking about Hal's Mud Flappers? Because that was really funny. It was pretty funny. I was sitting in here laughing also. But thanks, Gulf Marine, for being here. Make sure you like and give me a sub and all that good stuff. Benito says, where are you, Mike? I've got no wind here. Wow. Spicy Dragon says, I heard the sun from Palm Stars. Oh, just really? Really? Wow. I hadn't heard that. That's pretty sad. I mean, he was, you know, kind of a young guy, right? Benito says 4 minutes till 4:20. It's only 12:19. Bicycle Mike, Santa Ana winds. Those are those warm winds. Gen X George says, TYT used to be okay Benny Loco, but you're right. They've jumped the shark and missed the ramp. Bicycle Mike says TYT sold out. And Bicycle Mike adds that Anna is terrible. I used to really like Anna. I thought she was usually the reasonable voice between her and Chink, or Jink, or however he pronounces his name. And but then what was it, last year, a couple years ago, she started coming out like against, you know, trans women and all that kind of stuff. Very, very like not progressive, right? They're supposed to be progressives, aren't they supposed to be progressive? And so she says the most like non-progressive shit you could say. You know? Benny Loco says, yes, they have, horribly, about them, I guess, drumping. They drumped they didn't just jump it, they drumped it. That was me mispronouncing that. You know. Elizabeth says, Gulf Marine, are you a veteran or a member of the armed forces, perchance? Gulf Marine says, 4 guys on booze start a fight. 4 guys on weed start a band. There you go. There you go. In a nutshell, that is so true. You know. 56 Nick True says, it's only 318 here, but whatever you say, Benny. It's got to be 420 somewhere. Let's see here. Spicy Dragon John, is that a Krispy Kreme? Actually, it was from, they have a place here in Vegas called what, Pink Donuts or whatever it's called. I can't remember. Pink Box Donuts. And that was from Pink Box. But it was very good. It was a very good, just a good old glazed donut. Sunny, Benny will go sunny and 70, and here it is, I believe, sunny and 61. But you were low desert. Low desert is almost always about 10 degrees warmer than the high desert, and we're considered the high desert out here. So it fits, you know. Golf Marine says 6 years USMC, did a world cruise, including 6 months keeping commerce flowing through the Straits of Hormuz. Wow. Well, good for you, and thank you for your service, Gulf Marine. Benny Loco says, fire in the hole. Oh, Benny she's lighting up. Elizabeth says, thank you for your service, Gulf Marine. Absolutely. Bicycle Mike says jerk, not jink. I always have a problem with his name, is because I think he says, I think Jink pronounces his name his name Jink, even though it looks like Sink. 56 says, thank you for your service. Happy 420 from Benny Loco. Cheers. Gen X George says, I have a battery clock that the battery went dead and I set it to 420 at Benny Loco. So I figured it's 420 on some planet all the time. Gulf Marine says, yeah, Anna has gone full defeatist. Can hardly stand her anymore. Yeah, it's just sad when you see the money grab, I guess, you know. Bicycle Bike 42 says, I have 2 antique clocks that are set at 420. You guys, so funny about the 420. I usually do 420 on Eastern time. That gives me a 2-hour start. There you go. Bicycle Mike says 65 here. Are you up in Banning? Maybe, I think. Gen X says heart there going at you. Now we're getting everyone's weather reports. Elizabeth says cloudy and 60 here in Central California. Good old Central Valley, good old San Joaquin Valley. Philly 3000 says it's 37 degrees in upstate New York. Brrr. And actually that's been pretty warm compared to what it has been, isn't it? So, you know. Bicycle Mike says pronounced chink. Like chink. Like, but I swear it sounds like they say jink. Darkly Yours Hal's still on the road. Hey, first of all, hello, Darkly Yours. Thank you for being here. I don't think I've ever seen you here before. So I'm very, very glad to see you. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and a sub. Our goal is to get to 1,500 subs by Friday. So if you could help out in that way, that would be so, so awesome. But thank you. But first and foremost, just thank you for being here. Now, to answer your question, is Hal still on the road? No, he's he's home. He did a show at Flappers last night. In Burbank, and drove all the way back up here. It's like a 4-hour drive or whatever. And then he did a show this morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And so I would, you shouldn't assume you make an ass out of you and me. I would assume he's maybe taking a nap or sleeping, but he might not be, because you know how he is kind of a hyper kind of guy. He might be working on something. Or he may have already taken a little cat nap and he's already up. But anyhow, I don't know. That part I don't know. But I do know that he is back in Vegas. If that answers your question. Let me see here now. Philly 3000 says he just did a Chicago show this morning. Yep. But not in Chicago, by the way. Marine says Golf Marine says not especially looking for thanks, just extra passionate about my country. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. 56 says 44 here in Toronto. That would be 7 degrees Celsius, by the way. Bicycle Mike says Banning, yes. And that, going through Banning, you've got the San Gorgonio Mountains on one side, the San Bernardino Mountains on another side, and it's almost like a little wind tunnel that comes through there, that just shoots right through there. So yeah, so I can see how you could be. Are we back? We had a little delay there. So I can see how you could be getting that wind tunnel, the wind chute coming through you. But if like Benny is over like in 29 Palms or Palm Desert or wherever it is, how it might not be so windy, because you're in that, where you're at is like a chute, wind tunnel, so to speak. For those of you that don't know the area, if you're, that's why I'm sort of talking about that. Chris says 59 and rain here on the south coast of Oregon. And I think you could say about the south coast of Oregon, that might be the weather almost year-round like that. But you do get some nice days. I'm just kidding. Darkly Yours, how you done? Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for, I'm assuming that was a thumbs up and a sub. Thank you, Darkly Yours. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hope you come back. I usually come on usually Tuesdays and Thursdays, usually around 9 a.m. Pacific time. And then Thursdays I do 9 a.m. Pacific time. And then I've been doing these sort of 3 p.m.s to just kind of lead into the Hal Sparks Show, if that's where you're a fan of, if you know about, if that's where you came from. I get a lot of people from the Hal Sparks Show. So we do that. And then Saturday, I'm doing some Saturday shows like today. So hit that notification button, and then whenever I come on, you'll see me, and we can hang out here at the truck stop. Alrighty. Bicycle Mike says, Hal did his mega worldwide show this AM. Yes, he certainly did. He is an animal, says Bicycle Mike. He is. He's always busy doing something. Benny Logan says, Gulf Marine, my husband didn't survive Agent Orange. I'm happy you're with us. I hug veterans whenever and wherever I see them. Consider yourself hugged tightly. Jolie says, thanks, Darkly Yours. Yeah, thank you so much, man. Gen X says, Hal's definitely a workaholic. There you go. Yeah, that's the way you work that in. Philly 3000 says, I love his stand-up shows. And last night was a pretty good one, I have to say. Bicycle Mike says, yep, wind tunnel. Yep. Golf Marine says, hugs accepted without question. And Janex says, okay, I'm passing the highs. Human F Being says, Tucson, 66, sunny and breezy. So yeah, you guys are about where we're at. We're at 61. Uh-oh, here comes Siri. I don't know if it's, I don't think it's too windy here, but I'm just looking out at the courtyard, and so it's very much shielded by the wind, if there is any. Bicycle Mike says no smog here. Yeah, it just blows it right through. Elizabeth says, Riverside, my family settled Riverside in the 1880s. Wow. Your family did that. Well, thank you for your family for settling Riverside. Hey, there's Nerd Mishla is saying hello, and hello right back at you. Another new face and name, it looks like. Thanks for being here. Make sure you give me a like and a subscribe. I really do appreciate that, if you would do that. Like I said to Dark, what was it? We just got another new person, Narkly Yours. We're trying to get to 1,500 subs by Friday. So if you could sub and help me out, that'd be so awesome. And I appreciate you being here. You are now in the truck stop. I think that's what we're calling the chat, the truck stop. And the people that participate in the truck stop, we kind of haven't really settled on that one. You know, it could be trucklers, could be mud flappers, could be truckies, could be hitchhikers, could be... one person said murder victims, but I'm not sure if I'm really, on board with that one. But anyhow, thanks for being here. It's awesome to see new faces, new people. New people. We got new people. Benny Logan says, I get chat filled with the very best that YouTube has to offer from every sector. That's good. Chris says, Trucker John, yeah, our rainy season goes from January 1st to December 31st. I've been along that coast, truck driving, and it can be very, very beautiful drive, but it seems like the majority of the time I'm catching rain over there. But that's why everything's so green and lush, right? Nerd Mishla says, John, Jank rhymes with Hank or Yank. Oh, shit. Jank. But yeah, I mean, but I'm pretty sure I hear a J sound. Even when he says his name. Sounds like he's saying like Jank Unger or whatever. I don't know, I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound like some sort of racist, but I just think I think he says Jank, like Jank. But you're right, it rhymes with Hank and Yank. But thanks for that. Thanks for that, Nerd Mishla. Nerd Mishla. Have you heard of Nerd Halen, by the way? Very awesome band. You should check them out. Chris says, hey there, neighbor. Waving at Nerd Mishla. Benny Logan says, Gen X, he passed in 1996. It's still painful and to see where we are now, for fuck's sake. Elizabeth says, no, bicycle mic used to be called Agua Mansa and La Pas. Am I on all chats? I feel like I've missed something. Yeah, I'm on all messages. My grandfather moved there in the 1880s. The good old days. Nernisha says, like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Woo, we got another subscriber. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know what we're up to now, but I have a feeling we can get to 1,500 by Friday. I really do. Thank you so much, all you guys, man, for helping to grow this channel, make us big and mighty and strong. Trucker strong. We're going to be trucker strong today. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. 56 is giving thumbs up and everything. Elizabeth says mutter trucklers. That was one of the mutter trucklers are in the truck stop. It's just, for me, it's a kind of a mouthful. You know what I mean? Maybe that's why I like trucklers so much, because it was kind of easy and, whatever. Benny Logan says, I did a video about Aquamansa Cemetery, was above. So many sticker balls. You don't want, yeah, sticker balls are a bitch. By the way, Elizabeth says, well, Benny Logan, I will have to check it out. Benny Logan says, it's an amazing cemetery story, was buff. It's on my urbexing channel. What does urbexing mean? Like I said, I'm slow. Nerd Mishla says, hi back to Gen Next George. And Elizabeth says, I will definitely check it out. Hey, I'm caught up. So I'm going to drink to that. I should start putting rum in my coffee. No, I'm just kidding. It's funny. I just have on my TV channel, I had YouTube playing, and then whatever was playing, it ends, and then you know how it just automatically goes to some other random channel, and now it's showing like these police car chases. I don't know when it was, because sometimes they give you stuff that's old or whatever. Let's see. There's 82 miles an hour. This guy's going. This is from 1 year ago. Suspect rams car, steals van and truck during SoCal. This is a Southern California, one of those car chases. It's kind of funny watching it. It's playing in the background as I speak with you guys. I just thought I'd mention it. I don't know what. They're showing his speed and stuff. He's in a pickup truck with sort of like a big kind of rack thing in the back, and looks like a big toolbox. So either some construction or general contractor or subcontractor went crazy, or he got his truck stolen by some asshole. That's probably what it was. Anywho, where are we at here? 56 Rich says kids one stream and dogs on the next. Okay. JDX says I need more caffeination for smiles. Philly 3000 says, in case you didn't know, Kyle Hill from Mythbusters, he has his own show on YouTube. Oh, really? I remember, I used to watch that show all the time. It was a really great show. Didn't that one guy, that Asian guy, died? That was so sad. He was a young guy. They say you can't take your eyes off a car chase. They got the car chase. I got this playing, and that's why I keep glancing over. But anyhow, I should probably shut it off. I keep going, wow, because he's going around all these curves and over railroad tracks and stuff. Anywho, Human F. Bing says, I have Kahlua and vodka in mine. Well, there you go. That's how you do it. Maybe if this were a special occasion, maybe when we hit 1,500 subs, I'll put a little something. I have to go buy something. I'm down to one Heineken. I'm not putting Heineken in my coffee. And I don't have any booze. I'm going to have to go buy some booze, maybe. When we hit 1,500, all the dabbers can dab and the drinkers can drink, And we can live in harmony. We can live in harmony as one. Let's see here. Desert Ubexer. Uh-oh, there's Desert Ubexer. This is my past channel. Okay. All right. Desert Ubexer. This is my passion channel. I'll have to check it out. I don't think I've ever checked that out, Benny. I'll have to check that one out. Golf Marine says, Benny Local, Agent Orange, burn pits, etc. It's always something. Sorry about your husband. He will not be forgotten. Yeah, we've lost so many people, and it just makes us wonder if, I hope we've learned a lot of lessons, I guess, about our involvement in certain things. That's all I'll say about that. That's all I got to say about that. Vietnam. Anywho. Philly 3000, he has a science channel. He blinded we with science. But the show, going back to that show, I really love that show. It was a great show. It was always fun. I think the guys are fun. The stuff they did was fun. It was just a great fun show. And interesting, right? And you usually would learn stuff. And I love the show. Genex George says, I meant to say caffeination for sure, but my autocorrect took out the sure. Yeah, autocorrect is the bane of my existence. I totally hear you about autocorrect because you're typing and maybe you look real quick and you don't see the mistake. You think everything's cool, then you hit send, and somewhere between the time that you looked and you hit send, autocorrected something, and then you've already posted it, and then you see what they came up with, and you're like, oh, fuck! And you're like, God damn it, autocorrect! God damn you, autocorrect! I hate you, autocorrect! That's how I handle it. That's how I do. That's how I roll with the autocorrect. It's the bane of my existence. Anywho, There's the link. Thank you, Jolie, for Benny's Desert Ubexer channel. I'll have to check that out. Elizabeth says, at Benny Loco, I have had pics from the 1880s. Don't recall when they actually arrived. Wow. 56, Yabba Dabba Dabbing. Desert Ubexer says, oh, thank you, sweetheart. Gulf Marine says, dabs are nearly debilitating. I know we try here in the truck stop to be witty and play on words. I'll accept that. I'll allow that. Elizabeth is glad for the PACT Act. What is the PACT Act? I don't even know what that is. Again, I'm an AA degree. I'm at AA degree level, so I don't know what the PACT Act is. Desert Ubexer, blind, weed, and science, yay. Philly 3000 says, that's why you would love Kyle Hill. Absolutely. I'm going to have to check him out now. Full disclosure, along with probably, 50 million other guys, really had like a crush on the redhead. I have a thing for redheads, apparently, because it seems like every time, I see a hot redhead, I get, my eyes kind of go like this. Even today, even an old pervy guy like me, I still do. Now I'm watching the chase. The guy's in a parking lot. Almost took out a minivan. Anyhow. Ooh, he's kind of trapped. Oh, anyhow, I should stop watching that. Let's see, where are we at now? 56 says, sometimes the results are hilarious. Elizabeth says, thank you, Trucker John and Jolie. You're quite welcome. Darkly Yours says, I turn autocorrect off every chance I have. That's probably the best thing you could do. And if I knew how to do it, I would do it. I'm sure it's just a button away, and I'm just too stupid to figure it out. Robert Perez. A new name, a new person in here. I can dig it, says Robert Perez. Thank you for being here, by the way. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Like I've told all the other newbies that come in, we have a goal of 1,500 subscribers by Friday. So if you would do me a solid and hit the sub button, that would be really, 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 really awesome. And I appreciate you being here. How'd you find out about us? Are you a sparkler or something of that nature? But whatever it is, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us here in the truck stop. We're at the truck stop. That's what we're calling it. We're calling it the truck stop. So just head on up to the counter, order you some bacon and eggs and some coffee, and just look to your left to your right and your left, and along the counter here. We're at a kind of a U-shaped counter, or so we can see other people, and we're just gonna shoot the shit, man. We're just gonna talk about whatever we talk about. Elizabeth says, love you all. Well, we love you too, Elizabeth. Golf Marine says, be certain of your English usage when debating with Trump-letards. I don't know if you have to be certain of your English, because I don't know if they can even understand English fully. Janex says, I thought that was at Gulf Marine. That was funny. I thought that was funny, I guess is what I'm saying. I'm trying to learn emoji. I've only done dab once. I take edibles every day, and sometimes vape cartridges. Well, there you go. There you have it from Gen X George. Shovel says, howdy, amigos. Hey, Shovel. Thanks for coming back. We're just shooting the shit here at the truck stop. We are here at the truck stop. Shooting the shit, man. That's what truckers do. We just shoot the shit. We take a little break. We get to the counter, and we just start shooting the shit. I guess that's what we're doing. Robert Perez already did. Well, thank you so much, Robert. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Golf Marine says, me too. Reds are well. Oh, and then it's like ... 56 says, when John gets behind in the chat, reading things late seems out of sync. Well, yeah, and I know. How far behind am I now? Philly 3000, but actually Kyle Hill has blonde hair. Yeah, laughing out loud. Yeah, well, I don't have a crush on Kyle. I have a crush on the redhead. I'll just say the redhead. I was going to say something else. The redhead with the nice rack, I guess we'd say. Shovel says GTS, everyone. GTS. I'm really slow. You know I'm slow on the uptake. I don't know what that means. GTS. Maybe it means... I'm not even going to take a stab at it. Jolie is reminding everyone to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much. Desert Ubexer says, I smell food, which I suppose is better than seeing dead people. Maybe. I don't know. Gen X George says, yes, Elizabeth is very sweet. Chris, biscuits and gravy. There you go. That's right. You're at the truck stop. You got to get you some biscuits and gravy. For sure. Benny Loco food. Oh, okay. See, I'm so far behind. That was from when I was talking about the counter and all that kind of stuff. Robert says, me too. Gulf Marine, anything over 14% THC does not absorb. 14 is enough. Alrighty then. Shovel says, bunch of ratchet jaws. There you go. Philly 3000, we can use a shovel. We can always use a shovel to shovel through all the bullshit. So thanks for being here, Shovel, because we need you. Shovel says hi to Jolie. Robert says, I'm a fellow truck driver with PTSD. Well, that's unfortunate, but thanks for being here. Stay safe out there on the roads. Hauling that freight, keeping the commerce, keeping the wheels of commerce rolling, right? You're doing us a solid out there. Doing us a good service. But I'm sorry about the PTSD. Jen Next Door says, Chris, I've been craving biscuits and gravy. Gonna have to buy the stuff and make it when I get paid. Yummy. Yeah, make you some biscuits and gravy, man. My mom used to make the fucking best biscuits and gravy I've ever fucking had in my life. My mom, Mom, you're a great cook. She's probably up in heaven cooking for God right now. That's how good she was. Let's see here. Where was I? Human Up Bean says, great truck stop. This is the Trucker John truck stop, I guess, apparently. We're not a TA. This is not TA. This is not Loves. This is not Flying J. This is the Trucker John truck stop, where we have lots of really good biscuits and gravy. If my mom were here, she could cook for us, but she's not. She's in heaven cooking for God. Because God eats biscuits and gravy. Don't think he doesn't. Don't think he doesn't. And I am saying he. I'm assigning gender to God. And I know that might piss off a lot of people. Maybe God is everything. Maybe God is, what do we call those? Aphrodite thingies? I don't know. Now I'm getting off in the weeds. The point is, my mom is cooking for him right now. That's how good of a cook she is. That's the point. The point is that she's a really good cook. Okay, that's the main point you should take away from it. Let's not get into gender assignment for God and that whole thing. The main point is that my mom was such a great cook that she would cook for God. Okay, whatever. Let me see here now. Philly 3000, Go Truck Stop, laughing out loud. GTS. Oh, okay. See, I'm not up on the Go Truck Stop. I was never up really on like my CB lingo. I languished in my lingo. Boy, I cannot talk. And stuff like that. So forgive me. 56 Nick says acronyms are a lazy way to type in my humble opinion. Well, I don't know if it's so much laziness as it is just expediency. Because a lot of times I'm in a chat, especially Hal's when it's whizzing by, and by the time I'm sitting there typing what I was going to respond to, the chat is already a mile away, or down the road, or whatever you want to call it. Golf Marine says, Reds are the bomb, redheads. Sometimes that changes quickly upon meeting them. They can be a bit feisty and crazy, in my experience. But sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's well worth it. Anyhow, enough of that. MJ Daniels here. Pig and Pancake in Seaside, Oregon has great biscuits and gravy. Well, there you go. Thanks, MJ Daniel, for coming into the show today and chiming in. Lovely to see you. Thanks for being here. I've seen you before, MJ McDaniel. Because I said McDaniel last time, didn't I? Remember? I added an MC to your name for some odd reason. I don't know why I do that. Maybe you might think of changing your name to McDaniel. No, I'm just kidding. Why would you do that? Just because I said so. That's not right. Nerd Mishla says, yes, they do, at MJ Daniel. I didn't notice I didn't say McDaniel that time. I must have known a McDaniel somewhere, and it's just in my head. Shovel says, that's what happens when a 60-year-old tries hip abbreviation. Tries to be hip and cool like the kids, Philly 3000, I love cornbread. Oh, my mom, talk about cornbread. My mom can make the most awesome cornbread, too. So she's up there making cornbread for God. Surfer Norm said, hey, Surfer Norm. Hi, you lefties. I was at Hal's and been cruising YouTube. Then I hit the live button, and lo and behold, the HS After Show. So here I am. And all I got to say is better late than never. Thanks so much for being here, Surfer Norm. It's great to see you. I did get blocked at the RSBN. Them folks have no sense of humor. Yeah, they're assholes. That's right. I try not to be an asshole. I might. I was going to say I'm not an asshole, but some people might disagree with me on that. But Surfer Norm, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you. I hope you give me a thumbs up, and I hope you subscribe to me. We have a goal. We've set a new goal, 1,500 by Friday of subs. So if you could do that, it'd be so awesome. And if we get to 1,500, I think I said I was going to put some sort of hard booze in my coffee. I don't know if that's an incentive. I don't know. But thank you for being here. That's awesome that you found us, and I'm glad you're here. And I hope you stay. And I hope you keep coming back. Nerd Mishla, what did you do at Surfer Nova? Oh yeah, what did you do, man, to be kicked out? Robert Perez says, yeah, I'm sorry. Whoops, I'm coughing. I might need water here. Good thing I got a water. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got it. I got it. I used to love driving trucks, but enjoying SSDI and waiting for my pension to kick in. Well, there you go. There's a time, when it's time to hang up the old trucker boots or whatever, which is basically, I guess, what I'm doing. Even though my CDL is still good and active, and I've still got like almost 4 years left on it, right? 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I've got about 4 years on it. So yeah, for me, I don't know, but I think I'm retired. It's time. Maybe it's time, Gee, good to see. Okay. I am, like I said, I'm slow. Bear with me. Just bear with me. 56 extras. I just kidding about acronyms. I knew it. I knew you were kidding. Golf Marine says, anyone struggling with weight should try keto. I've gone on that ketosis. I've done that. I lost about 30 pounds. I weighed 290 a year and a half ago, and now I'm 205, and I'm 6'1". That is perfect. I would love to be 205. If I was 205, actually, I think I'm good at 225. If I went down to 205, you guys would think I was anorexic. I swear to God, because, and even though the height chart says, because I'm like 6 foot, I'm supposed to weigh 170. If I weighed 170, I would be dead. I would actually just be dead, because I remember as an adult, let's say, my lowest weight I think I ever got to was about 180 or 185. And there's pictures of me where I look like a skeleton, you know. My best weight is probably around 200, probably 200, 205. My playing weight, I guess I'm thinking about my playing weight when I played football. My best weight was 225. But my off-season weight, you know, my going to the beach weight is probably around between 205. I can handle that. So yeah, I should go on keto again. I was doing the South Beach diet. That's all keto, right? And I lost not immediately, but over a few weeks, I lost like 30 pounds. Let's see here. Silver Norm says, well, hiya, Benny Loco, Nerd Michel. I just told him how can you vote for a guy that calls John McCain a sucker? Next comment was red letters rolling on floor laughing. I guess they're very thin-skinned over there. Jen Next George says, I like FML. It's a good one. I don't know what that is, sorry. Ben Nicholas says, reading chat seems easier than not driving. I should give it a try. Oh, when not driving. Yeah, whenever I do a live stream and I'm driving, I usually just tell everybody I can't see the chat. I'm not sorry, you know, I'm not ignoring you guys, but I really can't see the chat, and so I usually don't look at the chat when I'm driving unless I'm at a stoplight or something, and maybe I can glance down real quick. Chris says gravy is just renderings. I like bacon and sausage, flour, salt, pepper, and milk. Yeah, but still, my mom made it because there's lots of different restaurants that have gravy, and very rarely is it even close to what my mom could do. There's a certain way of making stuff that even though you have all the ingredients and you know how to do it and everything, still the cook makes a big difference on how they do it. Golf Marine says, I had to kick my legs up to counterweight my ass out of bed. Yeah, that happens. Nerd Misha says, good for you. Just shows what snowflakes they are. I'm really behind, aren't I? Nerd Misha says, keto, whatever, how you say it, is the bestest. Golf Marine says, hearing the echoes of my drill instructors helped a lot too. Yeah, they will motivate, won't they? They will motivate your ass. Benny Loco says, snowflakes, they melt when the heat is on. Like the little snowflakes that they are. Surfer Norm is saying, Trucker John, I just told them how you can vote for a guy. Oh, I think I already said it. For a guy that calls John McCain a sucker. That comment was, didn't I already read that? Yeah, and they kicked you out for that, huh? Chris says, we need help. We all help each other here at Trucker John. Yeah, we do try to help whenever we can. Gen X says, it's all love, Trucker John. I didn't get some acronyms either sometimes. Yeah, I'm just a little slow on the uptake. I'm still watching this car chase, the guy in the truck. Anywho, 56 Dick Rich says, I dropped to my high school weight for the first time in 50 years. Atkins, sort of. And Atkins is remember the South Beach diet was such a big thing? This was back in when did I do it? Was it 2000s? Early 2000s? I don't think it was late 90s. It might have been late 90s or early 2000s. I don't know. I did it at some point. And then, and I never really did Atkins, but my ex, my then girlfriend, baby mama, she had done Atkins. We still had the Atkins book. And so then we went on South Beach diet together. And she was saying how it's very similar to Atkins. And it is all about ketosis and all that stuff. Anyhow, Golf Marine says, yeah, I'd be anemic at 170. Yeah, there's no way. I mean, the lowest I got, I think, was somewhere between 180 and 185. This was back in like 1990 or something. I was like 30, 31 years old, and I was doing a lot of running. I was out of football, so I was just doing like a lot of 5K running and stuff like that. And I think I got down to like 180, and I see pictures of myself now, and I'm like, oh my God, I was like a skeleton. Anywho, so I can't imagine what 170 would be like. I'd be like in a bed with an IV or something, probably. Philly 3000 says, and I try to gain weight and I can't. Still around 130. Wow. Isn't that funny how some people can't gain weight? Me, all I gotta do is watch a commercial about food and I gain weight. I mean, it's weird how we're all wired up a little differently. Benny Loco says, I was 250, stopped eating white foods, just protein and veggies. I lost 125 pounds in a year. Yeah, get rid of those like starchy stuff, right? Let's see, I'm going to skip down. Moderation is good. Okay. That was from Benny Loco. Surfer Norm says the MOM's secret ingredient is love. I don't know what. Are you talking about moms? Like moms? That wasn't an acronym. I was trying to think, was that an acronym? But I think you're talking about moms, like mom's cooking. Their secret ingredient is love. I think so. I think you're right on that one, Surfer Norm. I think you hit the nail on the head. Gen X George. There we go. Went down the wrong pipe again. Gen X George says, I'm down to 145 from 250. 56 numbers. I did it by eating better. It took me 3 years. Congrats to you, Nick. Yeah, it's sometimes it can be a long road to hoe, But congratulations for sticking at it, sticking to it. Because I've been up and down a lot, especially since I turned like around my late 30s. After we had my first kid, I gained all this weight, all this baby weight. And ever since then, I've been up and down, up and down, up and down. It's really sad. Chris says, I know you're delayed in chat, Trucker John, but restaurants use that Cisco powdered shit. That's not gravy. Oh, yeah. See, I told you. It's not right. Peter Lucas says, there's us no fast food in losing weight. Fast food's fattening, I guess. Gen X says, yep, I started eating less portions. That's another thing, portion control, right? Chris says, I need to go on a beer diet. There you go. 56 Nick Switch says, Philly 3000, what keeps you in the roof? It can't be gravity. Okay. Benny Nichols says, fact at Chris. About the shit they buy. I'm going to skip down. Shovel says, extended water fasting saved me. Extended water fasting? Oh, okay. Kind of like intermittent fasting and stuff like that, maybe. Robert Perez says, you should try the COVID diet. I lost about 30 pounds the hard way. Oh, boy. No, thank you. Thank you, but no thank you on that one. But, yeah. Well, sorry that you had to go through that. Philly 3000 says, and if I see somebody running, I lose weight. Laughing out loud. Wow. See how we're all wired up differently, Chris, my son just found out that he has an underactive thyroid. That's the cause of his weight. Yeah, I've heard about that, about these thyroid problems. Can really mess you up. But I think they have pills for that or something, don't they? Golf Marine, I'm prejudiced against white foods. Gen X George says, truck stop and fast food probably didn't help you. Well, yeah, but you're right. You're absolutely right. And I could have done something about it. I mean, I always had, cooler chests, and then I had a nice plug-in refrigerator that my daughter bought me a few years ago. Really super nice one. And I would stock it full of food for a little while, try to get, maybe it wasn't the healthiest food, but it was still healthier than eating out all the time. But then I would just get lazy, and I wouldn't go shopping, and then And I would just go back to eating in the restaurants and the fast food, and I could never consistently just make my own food. Even though you can do it, because you can buy little stoves, and you can even get microwaves. I never had a microwave, but I had little plug-in stoves, and I had things that would heat up water, and then I had my cooler, my refrigerator, and the one that I got, my daughter got me, was really nice. It was like half refrigerator, half freezer, so you could get all kinds of stuff. I used to buy ice cream sometimes. Talk about healthy, right? But I mean, I'm just saying because I had a freezer, I could actually freeze stuff. And but then I would just, I wouldn't keep up with it. But anyhow, but you're right. Yeah, it just takes discipline, I guess. Which in that aspect, I'm not very disciplined. Golf Marine says that they give him thyroxine, but he says, I'm gonna go make some sausage and gravy and biscuits right now. Yeah, I know. Let's talk about gravy, biscuits and gravy, and all that stuff. Power of suggestion, Gen X George says, I don't know what your diet was like on the road. Basically, it was just eating at, restaurants and fast food, man. And that's not good. At least not to do it every day for every meal. If you do it once a week or twice a week, that's okay, I think. But to do it like every day from breakfast, and usually I would eat just breakfast and then either like a late lunch or an early dinner. I would I tried to do that to at least keep my calorie intake down a little bit. If I was eating 3 meals a day, then I would be twice as fat as I am now. MJ Daniel says, beer and alcohol was my main problem. Been losing a lot of weight since I quit. Yeah, there's a lot of calories in that alcohol. And it's like added calories to whatever you're, eating and stuff or whatever. Gen X says, I would have ate fast food all the time if I was on the road. Yeah, and not only is it unhealthy, but it's expensive, right? I mean, I probably spent who knows how many thousands and thousands of dollars every year just on eating out, when I could have, for a fraction of that, if I would just shop, because there are places you can shop when you're on the road. You can get to a Walmart or a supermarket, and do a good shopping. And if I just stuck to that and just, because there are drivers that do that, they just cook in their truck, all the time. They don't eat out at all, and they not only are they eating probably healthier, but they are saving tons of money. And I probably spent tens of thousands of dollars on food every year. I bet you. And it's a big expense, and it's it's very, very fattening. Shovel says road food is all the same, batter poured in different molds. Near Misha says ice cream is my vice. I do have some ice cream, by the way, because I used when I've been shopping at Albertsons down the street. It's kind of the closest supermarket, and Albertsons is fine. I have nothing wrong with it. And I've been using their app because you can get little discounts and little coupon deals or whatever. And I guess I had earned enough points where I got this free 1.5 quart thing of ice cream, free. I can't pass up free. So I got some ice cream. I haven't even opened it up yet. It's like chocolate, some sort of chocolate. They call it Moose Tracks chocolate with, I think it has peanut butter in it or something. So I'm gonna have some of that today. Start that diet some other time. Server Norm says, nobody said anything against biscuits and gravies, but if you're really trying to lose weight, that ain't the way. If it tastes good, it's probably not healthy. To tell the truth, I don't get biscuits and gravy that often. We were talking about it. It came up earlier. We were just talking about. I really don't get biscuits and gravy all that much. Usually because I'm usually let down by it. It's not as good as what I was used to with my mom making it. Basically, that's it. And then also, it's really tricky. Like the gravy really gets cold quick, so you just sort of got to wolf it down if you want hot gravy. And I don't like to wolf down my food. This is kind of thing. So I usually I might get biscuits and gravy maybe like once a year at a restaurant. You know, if that. Anywho, where was I at? Philly 3000 says, do you remember the restaurants called Sambo's? Yes, of course. And everyone said it was racist because they had little pictures of, I guess, a little black kid called Black Sambo or something. And so, and this is back in the 70s. I mean, you're talking about woke culture today. At some point, maybe it was the 80s or something, they pretty much shut him down. And I think it was because of that, you know, racist nature of it. But yeah, we had a Sambo's in Victorville. We used to eat there all the time. Kellahella is in the truck stop. I will say house. You're in the truck. You're not in the house. You're in the truck stop, Kellahella. Thanks for being here. Thanks for so much for coming by. It says, just watched 20 Days in Mariupol. Oh, yeah, that's right. Itner was talking about that. I'm so fucking pissed at our government for not doing all they can. Mainstream media, grow some balls and play it in prime time. Wow. So Kellahella went right to it after Phil Itner was talking about that. We'll have to check that out. For sure. Was it on Netflix? Is that what I think he said? Gen X George says, actually eating more meals with less food is better. I used to just eat a massive dinner. Yeah, they say that you should eat a bunch of little meals instead of like, yeah, 1 or 2 big meals. Chris says, I only eat 1 meal a day and no fast food. Gulf Marine says, actually, other than the marketing, Sambo's was damn good. Yeah, it reminded me of, well, basically, it was like, I don't know. I was going to say Denny's, but a lot of people hate Denny's, but I guess better than Denny's, but, you know, maybe like a Carol's or something. 56 says, those kids are having fun again. Oh, yeah, they're out. The sun's out, guns out. It's 62 degrees. And here in the sun, when you walk out, the 62 feels like it's almost 70, even though it says 62. So they're out. They're having a good time. Gulf Marine says, oh, man, 1 meal a day. I guess you could do that, like that, and then that would be like intermittent fasting. Moose knuckle crunch. I think I saw that in the store. I don't think I got moose knuckle crunch. It was called Moose Tracks or something like that. It's like chocolate with peanut butter. I think there might be something else in it too. I don't know. Nick Rich is having a mango for dessert. Chris says, Death by Chocolate. It was one of my faves. Gulf Marine, Moose Knuckle Crunch sounds painful. Gen X George says, yeah, biscuits and gravy, especially with sausages, is not good, not good everyday food. Yeah, I never eat it every day. I mean, like I said, maybe once a year I'll give it a try. Hey, Paisley Jane's here. I'm riffing with my notifications. I keep missing live Hal. Well, Paisley Jane, thank you so much for being here. Just want to say that, first of all. And try not to miss Hal. He's on at 9 a.m. Pacific time, usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturdays, unless he's traveling. And then when he's traveling, maybe you might want to check out Trucker John. We're right here, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Sometimes Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and then sometimes Saturdays at, I guess, 11 a.m. Pacific time. So I'm glad you're here. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe for me so you can come out and hang out here in the truck stop with all of us. And like I said, our goal is to get to 1,500 subs by Friday. So if you could help me out by subbing me, that would be... But thank you for being here, Paisley Jane. Everything in moderation. All things in moderation. Exactly. It's a very good saying. Gen X George says, when my kids were still here and not grown, I could only afford to eat 1 meal a day, and the rest was for them. Wow. Well, good you're looking out for your kids. Paisley Jane says, moose knuckles are something else entirely. Ben Logo says, natural humans forage small foods through the day. We are no longer natural humans. Well, that was probably before the agricultural age, you know, so we learned how to we learned how to grow things and harvest things instead of just having. I think it was more of a product of that's where we were in our development as humans, and we were just foraging because we didn't know how to plant shit. Paisley Dane says, I heard that mom's favorite saying with 5 kids: the starving eat anything. The starving eat anything. Yeah, I agree with that. Chris says at Gen X George, there is actually nothing that is good everyday food. If I make a heavy dinner one night, we have light dinner the next. Yeah, it's good to kind of alternate it. You know, you can alternate. Kellahella says, I've been local. This is the wrong place for me right now and my disposition. Love y'all. Gotta go and tear some shit up. All right, Kellahella. Yeah, you probably saw that movie and you're so pissed off. And we were like happy clappy. So go burn off some of that energy somewhere. But I appreciate you coming by and saying hi. And I'm going to check that movie out. Hopefully I don't get in a bad mood from it. But thanks for being here nonetheless. And I hope you come back. MJ Daniel says, when you're in a better mood, I guess. MJ Daniel says, MJ McDaniel, as I like to call this person, the grocery store we shop at has a discount shelf for backed good bread and sweets, and discounted box of chocolate chip cookies is hard to resist. I bought some of those too. They had these cookies, and I've had one because I just wanted to try it out, and it was really, really good. It was a chocolate chip cookie. I forget the brand. Comes in a little green bag, and it was the regular price was like $7.99. I think there was like I forget how many cookies are in it. Maybe like 10. And then I think they had it marked down to $4.99. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try them because I like to have little snacks in the house. Because otherwise, if I deprive myself or deny myself of any snacks whatsoever, then at some point I'm gonna like binge on snacks. You know what I mean? So I figure if I have some snacks in the house, I can kind of just have them every now and then, and I think it's okay. But it's probably not. Anyhow, I bought some chocolate chip cookies, and they're really, really good. And I had one just to try it out. But I did have a donut today, and that's probably going to be my only snack for the day. I try to limit myself to like one kind of shitty thing like that, like a donut. Try not to have more than one a day. And I try to limit myself to like one Pepsi, like because I like to have my Pepsis. But I limit myself to just one. You know, whether that works or does anything, I don't know. I have a feeling that it works at least as far as I would be twice as big if I didn't do that. The car chase, man, that they finally caught the guy and he's like on fire or something. Anywho, where was I at? I kind of missed some stuff here. Paisley Jane says, I'm loving the community I'm finding first time visiting. Thank you so much, Paisley Jane. I'm glad you're having a good time. And we're just hanging here at the truck stop. We're just hanging out, you know, having a good old time. Glad you're here. I hope you come back. Like I said, I'm on several times a week now, and we just hang, man. Kellahella says, oh, this is the... Oh, wait, I haven't read that one. Well, Kellahella, I hope you're okay. And I hope you come back, too. Gulf Marine says, Trucker John getting the horse broke. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, all of you, for coming over here. I really do appreciate it. Paisley Jane says, done, subscribe. Thank you, Paisley Jane. We got a new subscriber, everybody. Woohoo! Thank you, Paisley Jane. Gen X in the house. Gen X, meet Boomer. The dreaded Boomer. Yes, I'm a baby boomer, but I love all you. I love the millennials. This car is on fire, as I'm wondering. I love the Gen Xers. I love the Gen Zers. I love y'all. We all love all. The boomers and the zoomers. But at least I'm not like a boomer like from the 40s or whatever, the 50s. I'm a 60s boomer, so I do think that makes a difference. The 60s boomers are cool. The 50s boomers, they're the ones that are like, you know, you gotta watch out for. Let's see here. I'm gonna skip down a little bit because I'm kind of behind. Darkly Yours. One thing I enjoyed about trying the vegan diet is that you have to try hard to get all your calories, so it's healthy stuff but massive portions. Okay. Paisley Jane, we'd complain about meatloaf. Okay, look, I'm not a meatloaf fan. Like I said, my mom was excellent cook. Everyone that I know that ever ate any of my mom's food loved her food and said she's like the best cook the best food or whatever they've ever had. But my mom would make meatloaf, and she would insist on making meatloaf, even though I hated it. I hated the meatloaf, and you want to know why? You want to know why I hated the meatloaf? Because she would put these little tiny diced onions in it. And I hate little tiny diced onions with a passion. Even to this day, I still hate them. And even though she knew, and I think she could have made the meatloaf without the onions. I really, really do. Because she said, I need to put it in there. I need it for like filler or something. I don't know. And I'm like, so I wouldn't eat it. And we would have these battles because you know how parents, they want the kids to eat the food. And so I think I would Donald Trump it and drown it in ketchup. And then I would with my fork, I would pick out as many of the gross, disgusting diced onions out as I could. And I would take a few bites of it, and then that would satisfy her. But that's the one thing that my mom made that I hated, and she still. Instead of just saying, I don't think I'm going to make meatloaf because, did my dad really love the meatloaf all that much? My dad would eat it, but I think he could have lived without the meatloaf, and I don't think my mom really needed the meatloaf, but she would always like to have, like one day a meatloaf, one day pork chops, one day a taco casserole or whatever, one day, whatever, I don't know. But the meatloaf, that's the one thing, man, that I did not like. And it was because of the onions. I did not like those little diced fucking little white onions. It was gross. Anywho. Where am I at here? Kind of skipping down a little bit. I don't know. I think I missed some stuff here, but Paisley Jane, me thinks the mustard and greens were the key. Mustard and greens. I don't know. Paisley Jane, 1968. I was born in 1960, and I think the boomers are considered, the last year I think is considered 63, I think. So I'm sort of at the tail end of the boomer generation. And I really think that I'm the best part of the boomer generation. Paisley says you're very young for a boomer. Well, yeah, I was at the very tail end of it. Gen X George says, I'm a Gen X with boomer tendencies. Well, there you go. Jolie's a Gen Xer by all the way. I know, I could tell. Gen X says, my mom is the best cook. Everyone always wants to go there for dinner. Well, there you go. There's somebody talking out there. My next door neighbor she's an elderly lady. She's probably the same age as me. It's so funny. I see old people, and then I'm like, wait, they're the same age as me. What the fuck? But she orders there's 2 delivery people right now. Everything she does it through like, I don't know, DoorDash or food delivery services. And they're over there now. Anyhow, where was I at in this here chat? Nerd Misha, she probably used Lipton mix. No, she would cut up. Well, she might. I don't know, but she would take onions and she would dice her own onions and cut them up. And because I would watch her cook, she taught me how to cook some stuff. I would watch her, and I learned how to cook a few things. Fiddly through that. So you don't have cheeseburgers? No. I'll get grilled onions. Sometimes, sometimes it just depends on the mood. Like sometimes, like the purple onions. Sometimes I'll have it, but by and large, no. Like 95% of the time, no. especially if it's just like at McDonald's. And I know those are crappy hamburgers, but they don't compare. But I always say no onions on that because those little slivered onions I hate. But I'll get grilled onions and stuff like that. But 95% of the time, I'm no onions, even grilled. Gen X George is making her hungry. I know. I always end up talking about food. It seems like. Let's see here. Recipe Mom. She wasn't a good cook. I was self-taught. Yeah. Well, rest in peace to all our moms that for us that have moms that aren't here anymore. Paisley Jane says that was the person's weight loss. Oh, did I skip something? I think I may have skipped something. But anyhow, I don't know. Sorry, I apologize. I might have missed what that was in reference to. Let's see here. Paisley Jane, the Greens comment. Your generation was one that got me my smokes and first drinks. Cheers. Okay. Paisley Jane, me too. I know. Now, see, I'm behind in chat, and I don't know what that's referencing to. Gen X says, my brother was born in 60, rest in peace, in 2009. I was born in 70. So you guys were 10 years apart. I have a brother, and we're like 16 years apart, and my sister is 18 years apart from me. Same parents and everything. But sorry for your loss there, Gen X George. Philly 3000. I grew up in an Italian family. My grandma is always cooking. Boy, I'm just imagining just pots simmering with sauces and the pasta going and meatballs, and I'm just thinking all kinds of good stuff. You put that image in my head now. I don't know if that's what it was like, but that's what I'm thinking. Gen X George says, my mom is 80 and she's still a great cook. She used to cook our favorite meal for our birthdays. Love her so much. Yeah, that's what my mom would do too. She would cook at some point, probably when I was like, it became this tradition, probably when I was like 9 or 10, where she would always cook me meat lasagna, because I loved lasagna and I loved her lasagna. So every day of my birthday, she would cook this lasagna, and she would bake a chocolate pie, because chocolate pie was my favorite. Probably still is. And that was my little traditional birthday dinner, especially after we kind of stopped doing parties, so much, and so it was just kind of just us or maybe a couple friends. It was always lasagna, chocolate pie, and of course a birthday cake. Let's see here now. Whoever said Lipton's nailed it. That's where the square onions come from. Okay, well, whatever. I don't know. I thought she diced her own. Maybe I'm misremembering. But whatever it was, I did not like it. And I think you could have made it somehow without that shit, because it really ruined the hamburger. Because it was good hamburger meat. But I did not like those little gross onions. Hello. Hello, Joy. My neighbor said hi to me. For some reason, I don't know why. I mean, she's being nice, but it seems weird she would just knock on my window and say hi like that. Anyhow, I don't know why she did that, but that was weird. So, please, I totally forgot. Thank you. Oh, what did we forget? I don't know, but okay. Shovel says, Whataburger, no onions? Blasphemy. First of all, I don't even like Whataburger. And yeah, like I said, I don't really like onions either. But there is a new Whataburger that just opened here in Las Vegas on the Las Vegas Strip. Can you believe that? I think it's the first Whataburger out this far west, I think. I don't know. Because they're mainly like in Texas and New Mexico and places like that. But they have one on the Strip. So I was thinking about going to it just to if nothing else, to reconfirm my dislike of their hamburgers. I should probably do a video or something of it because I don't really like them. Man, this chase, these guys are getting armor. They're pulling the guy out of the truck. Anyhow, that's why am I watching that? But they have a Whataburger here on the strip, so I should probably go and have a burger. Maybe I'll do a video of it. But I really don't like them. I think, or at least, it's not that they're bad, but I just think they're totally overrated. So overrated. And people try to compare them to In-N-Out, and I just don't see it. But I think it also, we get biased, right? I grew up in California, and In-N-Out was in California. They started in California. It's a big California thing. If you're in Texas, Whataburger, I think, started in Texas or New Mexico or whatever. So you grew up with that. And so we get these biases, right? That can have a lot to do with it. Let's see here. Golf Marine, I'm a 66 baby. 66. Oh, okay. I thought you said 70. Who was the 70 person? Oh, that was Gen X George. Okay, Gen X George, and then this was Golf Marine. Okay. I think the G is kind of like where I was getting confused there. But 66, yeah, 1966. I turned 6 in 1966. Gen X George says, mine too, please, Jane. And from older folks too. Chris says, Gen X George, that became a tradition in my house. Once I got Snap, they got to pick whatever they wanted for their birthday dinner, and I would cook, also whatever cake and ice cream. Well, that's nice. That's really nice of you. Makes that day even that much more special, Paisley Jane says, Mom 88, bad cook. But brownies, lasagna, and big turkey. Nailed it. A big turkey for your birthday? Paisley Jane says, it was very nostalgic remembering the Lipton onion mix. I've not seen square onions since then. Cheers for the memory. Alrighty. You guys and your Lipton mix. I could live without it. If that's what was in my goddamn meatloaf, I could live without it. Because I think my mom, I think she would crush up crackers. I don't think she used the Lipton mix. Maybe she did sometimes. Maybe she mixed it up because she would do that kind of stuff. But I think she would use crackers, and I think she would just dice up her own onions. But I do remember seeing Lipton mix in the cupboard. So I think sometimes she would do that, and sometimes she would do that because she was very, inventive, I guess. I don't know. Or sometimes she liked to just do stuff from scratch. She would make stuff from scratch, whatever that means. But she would make biscuits from scratch, she said. She would make pie crust from scratch. It wasn't none of this store-bought shit. I guess, apparently. So anyhow, Silver Gnome says, we learned how to cook pretty early because my mom had to work full-time, and we started to help early so she could get some rest. Well, that's sweet of you, Silver Gnome. Sound like you were some good kids helping out your mom. 56 says, she heard you talking, John. Concerned you're nuts. Who heard me talking? I don't know. Golf Marine says, I remember the fumes of, my neighbor. See, I'm behind. Yeah, probably. Yeah, she just hears me, ba, 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 she's like, checking in on me, I guess. Making sure I'm okay. Let's see, Golf Marine says, I remember the fumes of leaded gas standing up on the back seat of a 66 Plymouth Belvedere while my mom smoking rode herd on us. Yeah, those are the days. Paisley Jane, I hate onions. Ew and gross. Thank you, Paisley Jane. At least I feel like I've got someone in my corner. So thank you. For God's sakes. About time I have somebody on my side. Benny Logo says, eating homemade biscuits and gravy right now. Nom, nom, nom. Well, there you go. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about it, and we made it happen. Surfer Gnome says, laughing out loud, police chases are pretty addictive. I know. Now they've got they got more cops. Oh, whatever. I don't want to get off on that subject. Anyhow, Gen X George says, the Lipton soup mix goes good in a crock pot roast. Paisley Jane, I love your name, and I have a goddaughter named Paisley, and she's my heart, your heart. Doug G, talking to yourself about onions. Hey, Doug G, thanks for being here. I don't think you just came in, right? I don't think I saw you earlier, so thanks for being here, Doug G. Always glad to see you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and sub. That'd be so awesome. Share if you've already subbed. Paisley Jane says, we had a jump seat direct drive fumes dad bought for 5 kids cottage. Only sat humans there once. In the jump seat. What's the jump seat? I don't even know. I mean, I think I do know, but you just have to explain it to me. Paisley Jane says, oh, thank you, Jane is given, and Paisley, long story. Paisley Jane, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, she nailed it. Oh, okay. Jackie, oh, there's Jackie. Jackie was in earlier, so there you are. Them fighting words when it comes to Whataburger, John. Uh-oh. Well, you're Texas, right? So I know, like I said, you know, we're biased by what we grew up with, I guess. But I also think In-N-Out is better, even if I wasn't biased by it. Shovel says, grateful the wife left a couple pieces of sausage from breakfast, made a quick waffle sausage sandwich. Improvise. That's what you got to do, right? Sometimes improvise, man. Paisley Jane says, I hate him. I suppress the memory completely of Lipton's. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan either. Paisley Jane, it was a stretch the budget thing in the 70s. Yeah, I can see that. But he says, I learned to cook from a Depression-era mom. My mom was a Depression-era mom, basically. Well, you know what? She was born in 42, so the Depression was over. But my grandma was Depression-era for sure. And there was a lot of holdovers from, you know, like she was... I don't think she's a baby boomer because the boomers were were right after the war, right? She was born right for us when the war just started. My dad was 38. I was born in 38. So they're both they're right. I don't even know what that generation's called. The greatest generation? No, I guess that would be I don't even know what those generations are called, to tell the truth. But they were coming out of the Depression. And then they were like post World War II era when things really picked up. It was like the golden era, right? But so you know, there's a lot of holdovers from those Depression times coming out there. Golf Marine. I did acid as a teenager and saw Paisleys everywhere. There you go. Paisley Jane says, read Emma Birnbach. I remember her. I remember Emma Birnbach. She used to be on TV a lot. Back in the 70s, I think. In the 80s, maybe. Book. Just don't eat while reading because you'll choke from laughing. Yeah, I remember. I remember her. I don't think I've ever read any books, but I remember she was on TV a lot and seemed really funny and everything. Shovel says, Whataburger gets better the closer you get to Corpus Christi. Paisley says, me too. LSD was a very cost-effective drug. Nick Rich, I know I'm behind, Nick. I know. Bob LeBlanc is here. I've probably been here for like 15 minutes now. But thanks for being here, Bob. What the hell? Had to get on chat and defend onions. Well, you know what? At least I got Paisley Jane. At least I got one person, okay? And I'm happy with that. I know all you onion fans. You're going to defend onions. But what can I say? Moms too? Hi. All onions rule, laughing out loud. But thanks for being here, Bob. Bob LeBlanc, I'm glad to see you. French onion soup. You know what? I do eat French onion soup. Actually, it's probably been 5 years since I had it. I'll eat me some French onion soup. I like the little bread thing that's on the top. And it is good. A good French onion soup. Okay, look, I said I eat onions like 5% of the time. I'm including that in my 5%, okay? Okay? All right, guys? All right? Are we cool? Are we cool? Are we cool? Benny Loco. Oh, Chris says that Benny Loco. My mom was a Depression era too, but she went full on embracing instant box and canned. Yeah, because all those things were coming out. Like, a lot of that stuff was kind of like new. Like even TV dinners. Like my mom would buy TV dinners, and my mom was, like I said, as I've established, was a great cook. People would say, you should open a restaurant. You're so good. She's now cooking for God. And what was I going to say? I completely forgot. I completely forgot what I was going to say. About the things. But she would buy TV dinners because every now and then, I guess she wanted a break from cooking, right? And she would buy these Swanson things and these Hungry Man, whatever. And some of them were okay, but they were kind of crappy. When you're used to your mom being like this great cook, and then you get TV dinner, it's a really a letdown. But it was kind of like a new thing, or the technology was getting better about canning and freezing and whatever. So people were buying that stuff. It was part of that golden era. You know what I mean? Station wagon jump seat. Oh, in the very, very back. Oh, the very, very back seat. I remember those. Okay, I got you, Paisley Jane. I got you. Shovel. Jackie says shovel. I guess that's a thumb up to shovel. Jackie must have been scrolling back, maybe, because I haven't seen shovel in here in a bit. Might be lurking. I don't know. Paisley says, hang on, I'll get you something. Next, I'm going to skip along a little bit here. Talking about cooking. Surfer Norm says, real jump seat is a model, but station wagon's got that backwards facing jump seat. Okay. Nick Rich, my parents were born pre-prohibition. How old are you? Isn't that like 1920s or something? Nerd Mishla says, what a peaceful way to spend an afternoon. I'm happy to be here at the truck stop. Thank you so much. And I'm happy that you're here. I really, 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 really am. Look at here. We're almost at 3 hours. I swear to God, you guys, you make time fly. You guys, you just make it fly. And what can I say, you know? I was really planning on doing 2 hours. I hope I'm not keeping Jolie up too much. I know that Jolie has a life of her own, and she's probably like, come on, John, let's wrap this up. But, man, you guys just make it fly. I feel like I've only been sitting here for like 10 minutes. So thanks for making it. You guys make it fun. You make the truck stop fun. This is like the funnest truck stop I've ever been at. I gotta say. I'm trying to... Hey, there's Wes Webb. Wes. Haven't seen you in a while, man. Greetings from Virginia. No Wi-Fi. Running out of data. Can't stay. Okay, I understand. Yeah, you've been on the road and traveling, and you're probably not even on anymore because I'm like 15 minutes behind in the chat. But thanks for being here. I'm so glad to see you, and I hope you're having a good time visiting relatives and doing your road trip and all that stuff. Maybe you'll watch this on a replay if you're not in still. And but happy travels to you, Wes, and I hope you're having a good time. And good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, man. I missed you. Jackie says, hey, Wes Webb. Benny Loco, officially full. Yeah, well, biscuits and gravy can be pretty filling. So mission accomplished, getting full. Paisley Jane, yes, greatest gin is those whom were around World War II. Gulf Marine, now I do YouTube and see Paisley Jane everywhere. Really? Bob LeBlanc says, 1918 born grandma and pa taught me to do the roux, white cream gravy. I moved away from canned condensed milk, laughing out loud. I remember the condensed milk. My mom would buy condensed milk and make various things with it. Let's see here. Paisley says, you got me. I am in the no onions camp. Well, thank you so much. I like I said, at least I got one person behind me. And that's enough to motivate me to keep on my march against onions. Chris says, Benny Loco, it seems like people from that time went one of two ways. My adopted mom was born in 26 and adopted dad born in 21. I've always been a generation off. Wes Webb, love and joy to you all. Well, back at you, my friend. Back at you. Like I said, you might not even be on here anymore because I'm so far behind, but good to see you, and hope you're having a good trip. Shovel says onions 3, no onions 2. Oh, okay. We could do a poll, huh? Do you like onions? Yes or no, or something like that. Maybe we should do that poll. Blah blanc. Sneak them in, laughing out loud. Be cool, laughing out loud. Because every now and then, like I said, like I even ate a raw onion once, and I thought it was delicious. Then I tried to do it again, and it was gross. So I don't know. I don't know if that was the onions or that was me. Paisley Jane, really? Well, I do post a lot. Comment, don't die. Darkly Yours, if you don't normally like onions, then you should try Vidalia. I think I have tried them, and I think those are good. I think those are good. I guess I'm just talking mainly about when those little white diced onions are the grossest. Like I said, I'll have a grilled onion. I'll have some French onion soup every now and then. But I haven't had that in probably 5 years, so it's not like I have it all the time. Sometimes grilled onions on a steak or something, but I'm just not a big onion fan. Let's just put it there. Bob LeBlanc says WW. Oh, for West Webb, I guess. Jolie has given that. I think that is a hug symbol to West Webb. Darkly Yours, very sweet. I'm a generation off too. Onions are medicinal for me, says Nick Rich. Chris says it all depends on the onions and how they're cooked. That is a big factor. That is. Benny says hola, Wes. Paisley Jane says the taste is okay. Is the actual onion is just so I'll not say it. You guys are fans, as is Mom. Yeah, I could live without onions. Let's just put it that way. I think. Benny Loco says, my mom never bought TV dinners. They're so gross. I know, that's the thing. I couldn't understand like I said, I think she just wanted some days where she just took a break from cooking. You know what I mean? Because it was easy. Like even then, come to think of it, this is like even before microwaves. Because we didn't get our first microwave until, I think, the mid-70s or something. And I'm talking about in the 60s, late 60s and early 70s. So she would have to fire up the oven, the regular oven. But still, you just throw them in there in the oven, cook them for half an hour or whatever it is. And voila, you have dinner. So about once a week, we would have a TV dinner. And I think she was just, and deservedly so. My mom was a housewife. She would clean the house, she would cook, she would do the laundry, all that shit. She deserved a break. And then sometimes, just for extra pocket money, she was a waitress. She would go waitressing, and come home with her like her waitress skirt or whatever. We have to have these big, giant, huge pockets. And in those days, tips were all in coins because things were cheaper. You could buy a complete meal for like $5. So that people would tip like 50 cents or something. But she would come home with and it was intermittent. She wasn't always a waitress. It was like she would just do it here and there. But she was a very good waitress because maybe my dad would go to, if she was working, we would go to the restaurant where she was at, and we'd order food and then we would watch her carrying. She would put, how waitresses put like 3 or 4 plates on one arm, and she's got another arm with plates. She was awesome waitress. But it was intermittent. She didn't do that all the time. She was just like, I feel like going out and waitressing. It was like totally optional because my dad made really good money. She didn't really have to do it, but she liked to keep busy. She was really, in those days, very, always busy, Anyhow, where am I at here? Skipping down. Chris says, I grew up on Kraft mac and cheese. I won't buy it now that I have choice. Made it homemade. Yeah, I've had my share of that, especially as a, in my 20s and being out on my own. That was, a mainstay. Nick Rich, my dad born in 1911, 1968, 1968. My mom, 1918 to 1984. Wow. Wow. Well, rest in peace to your folks and everything. But yeah, wow, they were born way back then. Paisley Jane said, cool. It's funny how that happens and trying to find Skippy out there. We chatted. Who's Skippy? I don't know. I must have skipped and missed some of the chat. Pedro says, thanks for the chat, y'all. I'm in Canada, but I love y'all. It's inclusive now. Hey, we love our Canadians. We love our neighbors to the north. We love our neighbors to the south. We love everybody. Penny Loca says, I put tomatoes in my mac and cheese and a crispy panko topping. I don't think I would like tomatoes in a mac and cheese. Sorry. I guess, I'm just like a baby. I'm just like a baby. Don't put tomatoes in my mac and cheese. Chris, dad, 1920 to 2001, mom, 1926, 1983. Paisley Jane, I've got your back on onions. Thank you very much, Paisley Jane. Golf Marine TJ, I know it's hard keeping track of all these conversations, especially when you're 20 minutes behind, I guess. Jolie says, help Trucker John live stream. Buy me a coffee. That would be greatly appreciated. We are trying to, just by the way, as talking about buying me coffee, if you go on there, there is a little thing to just... We have a little like fundraiser thing to buy a new computer for the show. Everything is for the show. All that money goes to the show to help the channel and the show get better and better and better and better. So we do have that on there if you want to check it out. Bob Link says, onion. I hear Justin Wilson with his Cajun accent say onion. Let the good times roll. I don't know how he says it. How do you say onion in a Cajun accent? How the hell do they say it? Like onion? I don't know. I don't know who Justin Wilson is, apparently. Shovel says, TJ doing a great job herding cats. I don't know about that. I feel like I'm grossly behind. Benny Logan says, White Castle. Oh, I hate White Castle. Oh, my gosh. Benny Logan says, White Castle has lovely little... That's why I hate them, basically. One of the only fast foods I'll eat, and the nearest one is 3 hours away, in John's neighborhood. Yeah, there is, I think there's at least 2 White Castles up here. One down by Fremont Street. I think one at Palace Station, I think. And there might be another one on Paradise, maybe, in Harmon. I think there's one over there. So there might be 3. I think there might be 3. I do not like White Castle. I do not like them. Do not like them. Do not like them. I will take In-N-Out. I would take Whataburger over White Castle any day of the week. Beanie Loco says, Uber be some White Castle, John. Yeah, I could. That would be a heck of a ride. Chris says, if you have a ceramic knife, you can chop onions so thin they will disintegrate in anything. You won't even know they're there. Well, that's the kind of onions I like. The ones you don't know they're there. Paisley Jane says, me too, 416. I don't know what that means. Nick Rich 56 says, I haven't eaten any fast food since pre-COVID. Since pre-COVID. Well, good for you, Nick. It's probably best. It's probably for the best, really, actually. Now I'm watching a different chase where they just did a pit maneuver. And then the guy, they pitted him, but then he turned around and drove right through the cops. There's like 15 cop cars. And he went right through them. That's so funny. Anyhow. Benito says, Justin Wilson used to call chicken shitkin. Shitkin. Oh, that's the guy with the accent. 56, 19. I don't know. See, I'm behind. I don't know what we're talking about. Paisley Jane Golf Marine. That took me a minute to connect the dots. I'm lost. I'm totally lost, guys. I help the masses with money generated by my channels, so many in need. There are many, so many people in need. Let's see here. Onion. Oh, that's how he says it? Onion. Gonna dice you up some onions. Darkly yours. I thought Cajun said onion. Onion. Jackie, yes, you do, Biddy. Chris says, oh, onion. Cajun for onion. Gonna slice you up some onions. Alrighty. Oh, Paisley Jane, 416 area code. Okay, Toronto area code. There you go. From the 416, Paisley Jane. Paisley Jane checking in from the 416. Avowed onion hater. Rose Blake. Hello, everyone. Betty Loco, I had no idea you were such a great cook. You know your stuff. Well, first of all, thank you, Rose Blake, for being here. I want to give you a big round of applause. Just because it's great that you came back and you're in and you're chatting and you're in the truck stop. Welcome to the truck stop. Haven't seen you in a while, so good. Thanks for being here. Betty Logan says, you should come down for our lunch sometime, John, and bring a sack of White Castle. Wow. What if I brought a sack of In-N-Out burgers? But you have In-N-Out. That's the thing. You want those White Castles. Yeah, that sounds like a fun thing to do. Bob LeBlanc says, onion, Cajun for onion. On as in turn on, and yawn as in yonder. Onion. They talk funny. Gulf Marine, that's right, Chris. Benny Loco, so do you, Jackie, and I am so grateful. Paisley Jane, if you're ever in Toronto, go to a John Anderson for a burger. Legendary. Wow. I've never been to Canada. I'd like to go to Canada sometime. And if I'm there in Toronto or wherever, I suppose they're in other places, I'm going to have to check me out at John Anderson. Paisley Jane says they're legendary, so got to check it out. Nerd Mishla is saying that, Chris, yum. Let's see here. I'm going to skip down a little bit because we're doing highs and buys. Or not buys yet. We're not doing buys yet, but pretty soon. Paisley Jane says, okay, I'm being a total bitch, but it's 416. What did I say? Did I say the wrong number? So sorry. Paisley Jane from the 416. Check it in. An avowed onion hater like moi. Let's see here. Gulf Marine says, connect the dots as to how quickly the right forgot about democracy. They don't care about democracy. All they care about is themselves and their power and their money. I'm almost done with my coffee. But that's right. You're right, Gulf Marine. Connect the dots. Follow the money. Paisley Jane says, thank you. I'm having fun. Well, so am I. Here at the truck stop. This is a fun truck stop. Rose Blake says, onions are where the flavor is. I've always heard that. It brings out the flavor, and there's flavor. But I think I taste flavor without onions, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm a baby, maybe. Benny Logo says, love the damn I is next to the O. Okay. Bob LeBlanc says, hey, Chris, that's a high. I'm going to skip highs just because I'm behind in the chats. I think I'm getting close, though. Nick Rich says, looking at the clock, me gots to fly, trucklers. See you later on Benny's live stream. All righty. Well, Nick Rich, thank you so much for being here. Truly do appreciate it. I know we went really long today. We are at 168 minutes. So 60 and 60 is 120, and then another 60 is 180. So we're almost at 3 hours. Guys. We're probably going to shut this down in a few minutes, maybe in about 12 minutes. So guys, thanks for being here. We'll do a 3 hour. This will be a 3 hour one. And that's another thing. We got to get those watch hours up. Let's get those watch hours up, man. We're almost at 3,000. Well, we're hovering right around 2,500. So I need to get 500 more watch hours. So it's great you guys are here. You're all watching, and it helps out. And if we can get to 3,000 watch hours, then we can get into a partnership status. And again, just more growing of the show, making the show big and strong and trucker strong and all that good stuff. And so if you do see any of my old videos popping up in your feed, go ahead and watch it. Even if you're busy, you can sort of set it aside. Just don't turn the volume all the way down, but you can go down to like 1 if you need, if you're doing something else. Let it run, or you watch it. I've got over 900 and something videos, plenty of stuff to watch. So we need to get those watch hours up, and that would be awesome. So that's another thing. We need subs and watch hours and all that stuff. Paisley Dane says 412 versus 416. Oh my God, I'm embarrassed. I'm even mentioning it. So did I say 416? Which one was the right? Now I'm confused. Which one's the right one? Anyhow, Chris says, but I assumed either you live to eat or love to eat. It works either way. Both are applicable, says Benny Loco. Paige Lane says, I just don't like the slimy onions. There it is, the ew thing. I don't like slimy onions either. But onion haters unite. Roseblake says, freaking Don Jr. That was you caught my impression was good enough that you got that. Golf Marine says, looks like this is where I'll come to be among friends and forget politics for a while. Yeah, we're just hanging out here in the truck stop, shooting the shit. Today was pretty much a food topics and things of this nature. Apparently, and you never know. It changes every time. Sometimes we do talk politics. Sometimes we talk about pit maneuvers. I see that on the thing. Sometimes we talk about astrology or whatever. I mean, we've talked about everything. Sometimes we just talk about animals. We've done a whole show where we just talked about animals and spiders and stuff. So you just never know on the Trucker John Show. It's like a box of chocolates. You just never know what you're gonna get. You just never know. But we might talk politics, the Golf Marine. I'm sad to say. I know we'd like to take a break from it, but you know we'll get into some politics too. Chris says, please, Sugar John, no DJ TJ after all the food and drink. All right, guys. I need some Post-it notes to look at. No Post-it notes here. I do everything on the fly. I'm on the fly, baby. After all this food talk. Yeah, Paisley says, I'm with you on that, Golf Marine. Need a brain break. Fight or flight all the time. Paige Jane says 416 is right. Okay, so here we go. I'll try it again. We got Paige Jane in here coming from the 416. Avowed onion hater. I always have to throw that in here. I don't know where I got 412. Sometimes my brain does crazy things to things and changes it on the way to my eyeballs. Or vice versa. Let's see here. Benny Logan says, that is what my channel is, a piece of chillax. Rose says that Chris, laughing. Shovel says, please forgive me for being a professional bucket mouth. Enjoyed everyone. Appreciate you, John. Well, I appreciate you. Also appreciate you for being here. All you guys, man. You guys are pretty awesome. Pretty awesome group of trucklers here in the truck stop. Pretty awesome group of truckies. Pretty awesome group of co-drivers. I don't know. We're still pinning that one down, but we are in the truck stop. So I think we pretty much agreed to that. But this is the truck stop. Let's see here. Rosebeck, what time are you streaming? I think that was at 6. Nerd Misha says, what time? Billy goes, sometimes we talk about boobies. Sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't. Benny Loco says 6 o'clock Pacific time. Jackie, this is where the cool kids hang out. And at Benny Loco. Gen X George says, I love boobies and booby talk. Maybe we'll do Bounce Your Boobies Friday, since Randy Rhodes doesn't do that anymore. She used to, every Friday on her show, it was Bounce Your Boobs Friday, and she would play that song about bouncing your boobs. And then I gotta think, I kind of think I might have had something to do with her not doing it anymore, because then I have a channel on Facebook called the Progressive Radio Station List, and on that channel I would just, and I know she looks at it. I know I know she's seen it. I'm pretty sure, and I know, and I'm not kidding. I know sometimes they say, oh, I think Joe Biden is watching or whatever, and I'm joking when I say shit like that. But I really do think that Randy Rhoads has seen because she's even emailed me something, because I posted one time a little photo slideshow of her, and she made a comment on it. And like she said, thank you, that's very nice or whatever. And then, so I'm pretty sure she saw my Progressive Radio Station List Facebook page. And every Friday, I started this thing, a little photo thing, where I was doing like the Bounce Your Boobie Girl of the Week, and I would find these pictures of girls with big boobs, and I would post them. I was just kind of going along with her thing, because every week she would do, bounce your boobies, bounce your boobies, and that was Bouncy Boobie Friday. But then people started making comments like, this is misogynistic, and this is blah, blah, blah. So then I eventually stopped doing it, and Randy eventually stopped doing her Bounce the Boobie thing. And I think it might have been because of me. So for all you Bounce the Boobie fans, I apologize if I had anything to do with Randy Rhoads stopping that tradition, because she did it every Friday for like 15 years, I apologize if I ended something. Benny Loco says, I have chesticles. Paisley Jane says, I have boobies. Golf Marine says, yay, boobies. Shovel said, Truckies. Yeah, there was the Shovel has the vote in for Truckies. We got the Truckies in the truck stop. Hedge Enemy, just a trucking pig. Wow. Jen X Rose, hi Rose, Blake, good to see you here. Paisley Jane, truck stoppers. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Truck stoppers in the truck stop. Darkly Yours, you folks have a good day. Gotta go. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be checking out here pretty soon. I'm going to be shutting her down in just a bit. I know I went way long. I was just going to do 2 hours, and here we are at almost 3. Like I said, you guys make the time fly. You make it fly like an eagle. Guys. Golf Marine, first to nourish us all. Paisley Jane said, I was a Teamster, so I couldn't call myself a trucker. They are the reasons there's anything on the shelves. That is so true. Without truckers, you would be naked right now. Unless you made your own clothing or something. Rose Blake says, Jen X George, hello, and thank you for your kind words. I don't know why I went, hey, where is our English friend today? Must be sleeping one off. Anyhow, I don't know why I went into it. It was a bit of an English accent. Sometimes it just makes its way. Paige is saying bye now. Bye for now, Darkly. Hedge Enemy is looking? I don't know. Gen X says, every October I do free breast exams. No acceptors except my girlfriend. Well, you need to step up on the marketing on that, probably. You need to advertise that. Golf Marine says, we can't help it. It's the way we're made. Shovel, Cabbage Patch. Rosebank says, Don Jr., most punchable face in history. He's a real piece of work, isn't he? Benny Loco says, I'm a fuck out of here. I'm a fuck off out of your kitchen and get some shit done. It doesn't do itself. Love y'all. Well, thank you, Benny Loco, for being here. Like I said, I am gonna shut this down in just a couple minutes. But thanks for being here, and everyone. 6 p.m. Pacific time. Benny Loco is gonna go live. If you want to hang out over there. Paisley Jane says, God made me this way. He made you that way. Pity the fool who questions his creations. It's a good respite. Alrighty then. I think that's. I think I believe that. I think that's a good one. Yeah, that's right. We we are what we are, you know. Chris says, I got a mammogram for Christmas. Was I a good girl or a bad girl? I don't know. I guess I would say a good girl. Jackie Beniloco, see you later. Paisley Jane says, last was supposed to be good response to self-righteous religious people who claim they know what God wants. Okay, your last post. Oh, okay. Alrighty then. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. You know. Good to the last drop. Here with my Las Vegas mug. All right, guys. I can't help it. Whenever I say guys, I'm like, guys. I guess we're gonna shut this down. I think I might have lost Jolie. She might have kept her out so late on this show. You know, that's my bad. I wasn't planning on doing 3 hours. But I'm glad I did. I mean, like I said, the time flew by. It just flew right by. I'm going to go ahead. We'll go ahead and put an end to this. But thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Let's get those 1,500 subs by Friday. Let's get those watch hours up by Friday. I don't know. And I'll see you guys probably in Hal Sparks chat, probably in Benny Loco's chat. You know, around the chats. I'll probably be driving, well, maybe too, but when I'm not driving, I really can't go on. But maybe you can look forward to maybe a Whataburger video at some point. Oh yeah, I should try to find out. I should try to find out if I can get into the Trump rally or whatever it is. Hey, there's Jolie. I should try to find out and do that. If I do that, I will post something, either a live stream or a video. But I don't know if I can get in there or not. I'm gonna look into that in a minute here and see where he's at. Yeah, thank you so much. So maybe unless I do an impromptu or unless I happen to get into that Trump rally, so make sure you have your notifications set, because if I do go live, then you're gonna want to see that. But that's I'm just anticipating the only reason I would go live before next Tuesday is if I did happen to get into the Trump rally, or if I'm just thinking, I want to go live, you know, like usually like if Hal's not going to be on, then maybe I'll go on or something like that. Because I know a lot of people are on there. They go on. They're looking for Hal. Hal's like on the road or something. So at least we can have a place where we can, come and hang out for a bit. So yeah. But just keep an eye out for Trucker John, AKA Hal Sparks Starfucker, or whatever I am, whatever that term is. Shameless, certainly shameless. But yeah, look, be on the lookout. Put a bolo out on Trucker John, so you don't miss any more. So you don't miss me, and we can do this again. And come visit the truck stop, and where we talk about onions and food and boobies and things of this nature. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Funnest times is just hanging out and chatting with you guys. And let me do that. Here I come. I'm going to push the little X, and that will shut down this show. But again, thank you guys. Awesome. And I will talk to you guys on the next one.